Where are you, tomboy? What are you, some kind of punker? I hate punkers, especially ones that bully you into buying the cartoon line. There he is.
Hello.
There he is. There's the punker. Hello! What is going on, Toy Family Land? Project Puppet Customs here, and welcome to another Turtle Talk live watch along. Oh, this is going to get annoying. How are we all doing? And yeah, we are joined by my wonderful co-host, Mr. Tom Green from Tom's Dioramas. What's going on, brother?
I'm still awake. That's a good start.
Don't fall asleep. You're sitting on a nice, comfy sofa right now.
Yeah, I know. I should have gone in the kitchen.
Exactly. Unfortunately, Pietro could not join us this evening. He had to dash last minute. So it will be just me and the Tomo chopping it up for you as we watch along with Secret of the Ooze. That's right. We're going to just do a quick little catch up and just go over a little bit of what's happened, just a little bit, and then we'll dive straight into the movie. Welcome to people who are in the chat. I can't see the chat, but if you're watching, welcome. Hope you're good. And yeah, for those watching at home, I'll timestamp when the movie starts, so you don't have to watch us ramble on. This is already uncomfortable as hell, so I'm going to take it off. Head's already sweating, man. Whew. Oh dear. Oh, but yeah, you're okay though, mate, yeah?
Yeah, good man.
Oh yeah, so as I said, guess who has the cartoon line now? Oh, they're good. I'm not going to lie, they are good. Fucking Tom, honestly, make me piss a load of money away before Christmas. It was worth it.
You're going for a bargain.
I did actually. I'm not going to lie. I got them for a bargain. But yes. So other than that, what else has been going on in the world of TMNT? Oh, Toka and Raza has been dropping on people's doorsteps, isn't it? Yeah, loads of people have been posting up that they've been getting theirs. They're not getting any shipping notices delivered, but then some are getting them on the day they're being delivered. I don't know. It's all over the gaff. Bloody Krang, Android Krang is showing up in stores right now, and it's been pushed back to 2021.
That's the one I really want.
Yeah, it's 2020 starting to screw up with, like, you know, the timeline now. I don't know what's going on right now, but yeah, that's what I want. Everyone's moaning, oh, Neca are not doing what are they doing all over. It's a Christmas surprise.
People moan that they haven't got stuff, and then they're moaning that stuff's now released early.
I know. It's like when you blast it, retro. Not going to get into that. Jesus wept. But yeah, other than that, not really much going on in the world of.
No, a quiet one. There's not even been on Twitter from like Tom Waltz or anything with The Last Ronin. They've shared like a couple of pages and that from it that look pretty good. So
yeah, that's pretty much really
still got
it.
Another month and a half till that.
Yeah,
killing me.
Month and a half. And then also I think the reprint of issue 1 is dropping at roughly the same time.
Yeah, I think that should be sometime this month. It might be January. I don't know, but
yeah, I think it's one or the other. I think it might be in stores soon, or I don't know. It's all gone weird. I'm still fuzzy with all the bloody shipping dates and release dates from Neca stuff, so I'm all over the place.
I need that to drop though, so I can have one that I can read all the time.
Yeah, same. That's why I want to get a reprint issue, so I can have it to read all the time as well. Let me just see if I can get the stream on here so I can see what's going on. 2 seconds, gentlemen. There we go. Yes, I've got it now. Please don't boom with loud. There we go. Star Marvel 76. Wonder if Neca will come out with The Last Ronin Turtle. Hopefully. But yeah. But if you're following, I know he's just started an Instagram, but our lovely friend of the channel, Maverick 5UK, follow his account on Instagram. I can't remember what it is. Bear with me 1 second. I don't know if I've got it up. I will put a link to it in the description of this video. or if he's watching right now, shove your Instagram up. But yeah, keep an eye out for him. I'll drop it in the comments when I find it. But yeah, he just that's all I'm going to say on the matter. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, bear with me 2 seconds, gents. Just get my bearings. There we go. But thanks for being part of the watch along. And we're going to get to the movie soon. We are going to get to the movie soon. But yeah, other than that, you yourself, Tom, are prepping for a custom of the Raphael variety. And in prep for it, you've been doing a little tinkering yourself, haven't you?
Yeah. Finally had a go at painting figures. It's actually quite fun.
If you've got them with you, why don't you show the boys and girls in the chat what you're working with?
That one.
Oh, yeah. Repaint of the Grim Knight.
Which, I mean, there was very little that I've done to it, in fairness. Dirtied it up, painted the guns, because that was just solid black plastic, it looked.
Yeah, I've got that in there, actually. I need to dig it out and do something with it.
But yeah, so just minor work on it. But it was fun.
Nice. Just some weathering.
It doesn't need that much, to be fair.
No. But that's... Yeah, go on, mate.
The big boy.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. He's got a loincloth now.
Still smells of paint, but you know. Yeah.
So did you give the stone texture a dry brush too, or is it just the fabric?
I've done all of that, like all the raggedy bits all over him, which was a pain. I'm not used to painting like that small.
No, yeah, it's fine details.
Repainted all the bone parts because they were all like just a solid grey. Like the sculpt there, it just looked really shit.
Yeah.
I obviously had to paint all like the toenails and fingernails and everything because none of those were done.
They leave them out all the time.
Had a wash across the front and the upper arms, and then the rest of it was all just plain, like light grey, and all the back was just light grey. So I gave that like a black wash, then a dry brush, then another like a brownie wash. Then I went in with the black wash again into little crevices and that like, to get a bit of shadowing. And just dirtied it up. Got the feet all nasty.
Yeah, boy. That looks good. That's
I'm
the thing.
Fairly pleased with it. For my second attempt at painting a figure, it was all right.
Mate, that's all you need. If you've got a figure where the sculpt is already there, and it's really good sculpt, and you can see that if it just had a little bit of TLC with the paintwork, it will just go bananas.
That's it. And that's the thing. All the McFarlane ones are kind of the same at the minute.
Yeah.
But the leather look came out all right.
Perfect, mate. You really nailed that sort of weathered brown fabric, the leathery fabric with the leather, just the black with the black edges kind of thing, and it sort of pops more brown in the sort of central areas. But I said dry brushing is your friend if you want to give repainting a figure. You don't need much, just dry brushing some of the details in, and it just turns it into something completely different.
It really does.
Yeah. And you can say I did that, and that's that's what got me into. That was sort of my first thing I did customizing, was just dry brushing the Mattel Batman vs Superman armored Batman, because I saw Cosplay Chris do it on his channel. I can do that. Let me have a go at it, and bang, I was hooked. So yeah, man, can't wait. Yeah, getting your practice on.
That's it. I've got Deathstroke turning up next week, hopefully.
Yeah, same here. I mean, a lot of work on that. I know. I'm parallel pretty much just eviscerated that figure off the face of the planet.
Yeah, I think it's quite a nice looking figure, but it needs a lot of extra work doing to it.
Oh yeah. I'm
gonna have to completely redo the sheath for the sword for a start.
Yeah, it needs a new sheath.
That's shit.
Yeah, no, it's bollocks. Pardon my French. Don't demonize.
Quite lucky with the repaint on that figure is that I've got all the pictures of the Hot Toys one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going for that. Like that's got all the details on it, and it's just working with that and trying to make it look. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things to it, but I've got it in my head what I need to do now.
Exactly. If you've got what you want and a reference of that kind of works for it, that's all you need, man. That's all you need. And then Like I've got all the colours because it was a
It's the same colour scheme as a Gundam that I've done, so.
It's almost like it's meant to be.
Exactly. I can't wait now. I'm looking forward to that turning up.
Excellent. All right, in the chat we've got Maverick5 UK. Hey fellas, the Krang with the Android body looks amazing. I'm glad we didn't have these in stores, as impulse buys would mean it would be straight in my basket. Straight in my basket too.
It's getting straight in my basket as well.
Yeah. I'll pop it on. He's nearly done. Cheers for the shout. Of course, mate. The photos you sent us is incredible. So yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. Tom's room as well. So Star Marvel 76. Definitely check out Maverick5 UK's work in progress. Is tasty. Neca have got some they got to step it up now. Yeah. Star Marvel 76 looks great, Tom. Yeah, Tom, you've really made that sculpt pop for sure.
Thank you.
Not top. What's the name of the big creature you just had up? It's Devastator from the McFarlane Batman. What was the line itself?
I think I can't remember what it is now. It wasn't death metal, was it? It was
not
Dark Knight's metal, I think. Or
yeah, it's where Batman was like sort of dark versions of different ones. They had Green Lantern.
Yeah, so you had him. Obviously, the Grim Knight. Well, Grim Knight, I think, was in the second series of it, but
yeah,
they done the whole wave with bloody. I can't even remember. There's the Cyborg one and the Flash one that came in the 2-pack, and
yeah,
Batman Who Laughs is probably the main one.
Yeah. So it's a Devastator from that McFarlane's Batman.
Yeah,
again,
but the original paint is devastating. So
just type in McFarlane Batman Devastator. It should pop up. Right. Shall we get into the movie?
Let's.
So I have pizza on deck. I have beers on deck. Guys who are watching, as obviously from last time, what happened, I think I may have just had my volume a bit too loud. Obviously, you remember it cut off halfway through. If that happens again, definitely let me know in the chat. I will be watching. And if it does, I'll set up another one as soon as I can, and we can all flood that for a part 2. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, I will show you where I have this DVD combo. Okay, and I've just got it on the DVD menu, the play menu, where it's doing a little sizzle reel of the film, and it's got, you know, just the menu of the movie. I've got it on mute myself, so if you want to line your copies up, that's where I am. Pretty much just at the DVD menu, Blu-ray menu rather. So all you got to do is just hit play with us. So yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes to get yourselves ready, or if you've got it ready already, ready. But yeah, so thoughts going into this then, Tom?
I honestly can't really remember it. I remember bits of it, and normally if we do these, I watch them beforehand. But I haven't had a chance this week to. I've been on ridiculous shifts, so I haven't had a chance to watch anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going in blind. Like, I haven't probably watched this for maybe 10 years.
What cracks me up is obviously when we did the first watch along, and I had the single Blu-ray of that, and I decided to stick on the special features of it, and like the featurettes, like this much was to do with the actual 1990 movie. All the rest was literally special features and behind the scenes, The Secret of the Ooze, which was really random, really random. I just too bad I can't remember any facts about the movie, but all I know is obviously Ernie Reyes Jr. is getting a full role, as we know he's Kino. I believe the stunt guy from who was Raphael is playing Raphael again in this, and the voice is doing the voice again. Mikey's voice is the same. I don't know if Leo's is the same. All I know is obviously Donnie's is not Corey Feldman anymore.
No. But the Ernie Reyes was Donatello, the stunt Donatello, wasn't he, in the first one?
First one, the combat, they're doing the martial arts in it, yeah.
And they liked him so much they actually wrote a role for him in this one.
Yep. And I can't wait.
Unfortunately, they didn't write him a better movie, but.
Yeah, I know. And check out John Aerosmith's Instagram and pages. He's just working on a Kino custom himself, and it looks pretty good. It's got the Vesper and the pizza box in the back and everything. So shout out to John Aerosmith, who's been chopping it up with me about the Token Raza shipments. He's so excited because the UK got their single. If you bought just one, people have been getting shipping notices in the UK left, right, and centre. And I think they've just started sending out shipping notices for those who bought 2. Which is what I've done, because obviously my second one's going to him over there. I've not had my shipping notice yet, sadly, but I'm hoping soon. I doubt we'll get it before Christmas, but it'll be a nice either end to 2020 or a great start to 2021. So whatever beat it lands on, I'm happy, Larry. I just know
it's keep me going with the Mayfex delays.
Yeah, and keep pumping out your toy photography, because I'm coming. Yeah. Without further ado, ladies and gents, all right, get your play buttons ready. All right, and uno, dos, tres, play movie. When it actually loads. There we go. Oh, they've got that circular O logo coming in now.
That's the most effects they spent on the whole movie, right there.
Fortune Star.
They took all the budget.
Star Marble 76, as I watched it a few months ago. Nice. Getting ready for that those Tucker and Razas. In memory of Jim Henson. Oh.
The Twin Towers.
Yep. It's a shame because this one's got. I actually really enjoyed the music in this movie, and I'm having to sort of just keep it right low so I can barely hear it.
I'm on subtitles, so I can't hear a thing.
No, I might have to just tune it in a little bit when we get to, you know, Old Villain at Ice. See, this scene here, right, when they're all eating pizza, there's giant single slices. I'm so glad I got one because I always just want one of those giant New York slices every time. That's not a very attractive lady.
No, she looks like something from the cartoon.
Look at that thing. There's only one place I ever saw that did single slice pizza sales, and that was a stand, literally just a Pizza Hut stand in Leicester Square. On a night out, and they just had loads of like a pizza buffet thing, but you just bought a single slice to take away with you.
I tell you what, you can tell already. The movie is what, like 2 minutes in, if that.
Yeah.
The tone, the color tone is completely different.
Oh yes, 100%.
The first movie, the first one was just so dark and gritty.
Yeah. Yeah, and now everything's bright and lit up.
And I don't understand it because it's like they've tried to make it more like the cartoon.
Yeah.
But the first one came out, what, 2 years after the cartoon launched?
Yeah.
And was a massive success. So I don't know why they didn't just stick with that.
Only Rose Jr., you'll be cancelled if you said such things in 2020.
Even though in the first one, that scooter would not be bright white.
Mm-mm.
He'd be on like a dirty red scooter or something.
Oh, yeah. This gives me beginning vibes of number one with the van of empty boxes. Or
yeah,
forward boxes. Nice casual burglary attire.
I'm pizza delivery.
Still, boom, boom. Martial arts are wicked in this. Only Reyes can move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Love the mullet as well. There we go. If you're going to open a Turtles movie, it's like this, but it's like something from a cartoon. Just this big.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What I don't like is how much they pandered to parents groups.
Yeah.
With this clearly like no weapons.
Nope, no weapons at all. And fourth wall breaking right here.
Also, I don't think, if I remember rightly, Donatello had his thing, the bow staff strapped to his back in number one.
No, I don't think he did. At any point, he was normally just carrying it. He in this movie is one of the only few that actually uses as weapons. He uses the bow staff in this like one time, I think. Star Marvel 76. My daughter loves this movie. Yeah, it's perfect demographic, really. Maverick 5 UK, Roy's Pizza. Looking forward to seeing him in a Neca loot crate next year. I think it will be. I think it will be. Or if it's going to be a 2-pack, who would it be? Who else would be in that 2-pack? Let me know. Star Marvel 76. Oh man, just like that. I'm 14 again. I know. It's a strong intro for the Turtles. Yeah.
Like that. Look, he gets his swords out and then jams them in the ceiling so he can jump.
Yeah.
So now cut his head off.
Yeah. This as a kid, I loved this. It is bringing me back memories of kids. Like, I used to do that all the time at school because of this movie.
I think Donatello had the biggest face change.
Massive. He went from having a beak to having a huge bottom lip.
Yeah. And I mean, number one is still...
Yeah.
Like I've always said, if NECA released these Turtles, I probably wouldn't bother.
Oh, I would. Personally, me.
Oh, you would?
No, I would.
But you're a whore.
Yeah. Thing is, though, I for a long time thought Donatello was the only one that had a major face change. I always thought Leo and Mikey and Raph looked the same, but they don't. There's subtle changes there too.
Mikey's the most like
the most similar. Yeah.
Here, look, fucking sausages, man.
Well,
he's got nunchucks in his pocket, and he picks up sausages.
I was saying, my daughter is 6. Bless her. Yeah. I remember being 6 at this age and loving this movie. Did it come out when I was 6? I can't remember.
Well, yeah, was this 91?
91 or 92? I think it's 91. I was 7.
Yes, I've been 10.
I was 7. I'm an 84 baby. Don't steal my identity. Yeah. But yeah, the eyes are bigger in the animatronics rather than being squinty and moody. The bandana drape, their tassels, they're a lot longer.
Raph's face is a lot bigger.
Mm. We've still got some of the attitude that I do like that.
Yeah, you got a bit of, but it all looks more cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing.
Let me see if I can give it a little bit of vol. I want to know where Turtle's getting money from.
Yeah.
An introduction to New April, who is quite beautiful here. I still prefer Judith Hogo.
Yeah. I'll take Judith.
Yeah. Maverick 5 UK, Tom, you would buy these if NECA released them. That's why I'm going to buy 2 sets, just in case.
Yeah, so I won't buy them until they've sold out and Ben's bought 2, and then I'll have his one.
Star Marvel 76. I envision these guys looking the same. I would not buy that set. I think the bodies would be the exact same, because I think the bodies are maybe just a little bit of color difference in the paint, like more olivey green. I don't know. They look a little bit, but it's just be the heads. Literally be the heads that's different. For sure.
I think they should do a body change.
Yeah,
because I think there are quite a few differences that you wouldn't think of.
Yeah.
Even just like the muscle, like they were quite accurate with the muscles and everything on, because they obviously had access to like the suits and the.
Yeah.
They went to see, but Peter Laird still had a suit as well that they went to look at. So they kind of got all the details right.
Yeah, I mean, I know the suits themselves would eventually degrade. Latex doesn't last, but the molds should last a little bit. Would have lasted surely, though, to make them again. But
I mean, the bodies are similar enough, I suppose. To
belts, armbands, all the same. Straps, all the same.
I think it's just muscle definition on the arms seems a bit different.
Yeah.
And in fairness, they could probably just change the arms. I don't know if the shells look a bit different.
I think they're the same. It could be. I'm not sure of the details really.
So I don't know, but there aren't that many differences.
No.
I think they're a little bit spottier.
Yeah, as you can see,
again, that could be lighting more than anything.
Yeah, just a little bit of liver spottiness going on. And how much pepper is he putting on the slice? Or salt, even?
That's a lot.
Yeah. That went nowhere near his side. Maverick 5 UK 1991, but it feels very 80s. True, yeah, very true. Equilibrium DX. The Turtles get money from working girls and Splinter is the pimp. Star Marvel 7060 80s wasn't completely wrong out of the 90s till like 94. Yeah, I'll give you that. It was about the midway point for the transition of the noughties. And the OG designs was just great. Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate. Can't knock them.
It's got an 80s budget, let's put it that way. But even the animatronics don't feel as fluid in this one as the first one.
No, they're a bit more clanky.
But nowadays, if a movie made this much money, they would throw a huge budget at the second one.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't. But this was back in the day where sequels didn't make as much money.
Here with Splinter, I can't tell if it's the same puppet. I know the robe is different because he's got a bit more patchwork going on with the robe, as you can see.
Yeah.
But
because before it was literally a puppet, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
There was no animatronic movements in it or anything like that.
Not in other than the head, no.
Yeah, like the body was just.
I'll give him that. Apart from a bit more greyness in the whiskers and a bit more orangey, I think they've got Splinter looking pretty much as he was in the first. It's the second one. There's a third one that had the drastic Splinter change that just looked horrible. That looked something out of a kids' TV show.
Yeah, well, it all did, didn't it? Let's face it. But I'm not looking forward to having to do that one.
I am just to roast the hell out of it. You think we're going hard now? So, guys, tell me in the chat, which April do you prefer in terms of like looks? I mean, this one's pretty hot, but I do personally, for me, it's Judith Hogue. Just barring all the interactiveness that she's had this year, obviously because it's 30th anniversary, but just out of the two, let me know which one.
I do think if they released a Page April figure as well, I would probably have to pick that up. She's not my preferred April, but she had much more of an impact on it, like doing 2 films.
Yeah. Star Marvel 76, what a shame that they felt at the time to change unnecessary things in design. I know, I don't know why. I was in mid-text when you asked. Gotcha. This part is a pretty much like, you know, the most sort of moody, intimidating part of the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Shredder's return. As a continuation, it doesn't miss a beat. Obviously, it's addressing what happened to Shredder afterwards in continuity, and the Turtles.
But at the same time, how fucking long has he been in that rubbish dump?
Yeah, there's no real...
Because April has got a new apartment, a whole new... Like, she's obviously suddenly become popular. She's got a new apartment, which must take 3 to 4 months to get all the paperwork.
Yeah, and these are running back as if the end of the last one just happened.
Yeah.
Ah, Tatsu. Yeah, I'll be shitting.
Showing it out of time, maybe. You know, like this could be what happened then, and now it's like a couple of months later. But they never kind of give you a timeline, and it's...
Oof.
I don't know if he could speak English by this one.
Possibly. Oversized, over dramatic helmet, and I love it. I do love his design look in this. It's ridiculous, but I do love it. Revenge.
You know we're going to get one of those.
Oh yeah, yeah, pretty much confirmed.
But you know what this feels like to me? A 90s TV show.
Yeah.
Whereas the first one felt like a film. I'm half expecting the Power Rangers to pop up in a minute or something.
We could be in Angel Grove right now.
It just has that feel.
I mean, who wears a bow tie to work? Unless your job entitled to such things, but not a scientist cleanup. No, sorry. Go away.
A bow tie and a hard hat is not a good combination.
No.
It doesn't work. The kind of not much tension between Leo and Raph in this one, but there was a little bit there, just, you know.
Yeah.
His face is a lot, his mouth's not as wide across his whole face.
No, yeah.
I can only assume it was, like you say, like the deterioration in the foam. Obviously, it means they couldn't use the same outfits, but why they couldn't just use the same molds?
Yeah. What we got?
The only other thing I can think of is that obviously they didn't really have like a toy line to this, did they? So whether they were trying to make it more like the cartoon so the toy line would fit in better.
Yeah, could be. Could be. What we got here? April was always hotter to me. This April was always hotter to me, but Hogue acting better. Agreed. Judith all the way. This ain't April. Maverick 5UK, keep Schroeder in the shadows. Don't give it away. It's a different actor. Yeah, smart. Maverick 5UK, no yellow jacket for April. Yeah. Judith Hogue brought soul. Yeah, Judith Hogue is April. I just think this lady attractive. You know, she's quite attractive. But I agree. Judith Hogue is April.
Those flowers are blatantly made out of paper.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Like, look at that. That is paper.
They convinced me at the time. It wouldn't be that easy to snap off easily.
No, like a dandelion, like 1.5 inches thick. You just like.
Yeah. Oh, just wave it around in public. Come on. Yeah, Judith as well. Yeah. Question for those who are watching. If Neca were to release and for you as well, Tom, I already know the answer to your one though. If Neca were to release a Jordan Perry figure, if it was going to be a 2-pack, what would the other figure be in that 2-pack? And would you buy it? Let me know.
Look at that fucking helmet.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Look at that helmet. It's great.
Why did he add all of that on though?
I don't know. Do not know. The thing is, though, it's just gold plates on the original shroud. And
yeah,
the
I've never noticed that before. You can still see the original like poking through the sides, can't you?
Exactly. Donnie needs to get some. He's very pent up.
And he's been like that ever since. 2012, he was a horny little bastard all the way through it.
Really? Now, if Mikey came with the apron, and I would buy it. Judith Hope today's more attractive than this apron. Judith, yeah, I agreed. Christ, she's packing some heat as well, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no, Judith Hope's beautiful right now.
I haven't seen what Paige looks like nowadays.
Well, this April.
Yeah.
I haven't either, actually. It's a good question, actually. I might Google her very soon.
Not that we should base it on that. We should base it on their acting skills.
Of course, we should never objectify the ladies. Again, staged background. Although I want that image that they blew up, I would like that so I can do a printout, please, because I can't find anything close to that.
Yeah, I think all this feels less set first one.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's a gentle wind machine they've got blowing at his fake fur.
Yeah.
More of a feeling that it's outside.
Oh, it's Donatello is the worst in this film. Like,
oh, yeah.
he just looks special. Are they going to turn around? Is he going to be licking a fucking window or something? But he looks so. He was one of my favorite looks in the first one.
Yeah.
Like Raphael's my favorite turtle, but out like the Neca figures I've got, Donatello is probably my favorite for the head sculpt.
I agree. Yeah, just because they've nailed it perfectly.
And then you see him in this. And look, you could fucking. I could put my glass of wine on his top lip.
I don't know why they changed it so. I don't know why they changed it so much. All right, can number 2 keep track, okay? Because you might see me start going a little bit like this. Now, where is this going, you pollutionist? Going to make more giant animals. That looks really cool. Unnecessary for all that.
Do you remember computers like that?
One of Tatsu's lines right there.
That's his general line.
I think Donnie suffers without Feldman. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the upsides of number 3 is they got him back. It's just everything about that changed other than Feldman. I mean, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, quite honest, like, watching this without sound is quite nice.
I've got it on like volume 1, so I can still just about hear it. Because I forgot to turn on subtitles before, and I worried if I hit menu or anything, it's going to stop. What's all this for? Looks like I'm on bloody Bridge of the Starship Enterprise or something.
It's. I'm. Bear in mind, at the minute, I'm working in a massive building of science labs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're doing the main COVID testing centre for Newcastle's in the building that I'm in.
Oh.
They do like cancer research, like literally proper science labs. They don't fucking look like that. Not a single one looks like that.
The lies.
There's no blinking lights or triangular things in the middle of the room.
I want to know what's in that pyramid in the middle. There's something in there, and I want to know what it is.
I guarantee I've worked in a lot of science. I've worked in like nuclear stations. I've worked in a hadron, like the big hadron collider in.
Yeah.
I've worked in a smaller one of those in Oxford. They all look like your biology lab at school.
Oh, yeah.
None of them look like this.
Yes, a beaker is going to dislike that.
Yeah. Physics ignored.
Physics,
right there.
I think they're dancing in the background there. You notice the foot soldiers on top. They're just
yeah, they're like, go boys.
Here we go. The one time a weapons use. Go on, Donnie.
I will admit the fighting's good.
Yeah, always. I love the martial arts. Boom, boom. That's awesome.
Some nice choreography, especially with the thing getting thrown around like a football. You know, it's American football, obviously, not proper football.
It's a bit dramatic, wasn't it?
Especially the size of him, like. It's like they hire anyone to be a foot soldier now.
Yeah. Go on. Boom. This is a cool scene. I do enjoy this whole sequence quite immensely. I enjoy it immensely.
Yeah.
It is seriously animated though. I always thought there was eggs. Don't know why they just look like eggs.
That was a poxy little bit of smoke as well, like.
Mm.
There's no way, like that. The amount of smoke that came out when it dropped, and then suddenly, like the whole room is filled with smoke. It's like no.
Movie magic. What have we got here? Star Marble 76. Ha! Part 3D irony. I know, right? Maverick 5 UK. Jordan Perry could come with a Vanilla Ice as a 2-pack. They were both at the club near the end of the movie. Klatzer would be another option, but he'd be better suited with the new Shredder. Agreed. Is Leo holding 2 sticks? Yeah, he's got to. I know, right? He's stolen 2 weapons from. Yeah, just yeah.
I'm just gonna grab it while this exciting scene is going on.
Yeah, go for it, mate. I'll read some chats. Wasn't this film going to have connections to Krang originally? Yeah, apparently the whole secret of the Ooze, according to the old Turtle Den channel, shout out to the old Turtle Den, love his channel, was Jordan Perry was going to be a one of Krang's species. I forget the name of Krang's species from the comics. Do remind me in the chat if you know. But he was going to be one of them. Right, he had one of Krang's, I don't know, cousins or something in his belly. Because you see him run off with the canister of Ooze at the end of the movie, and that was going to reveal that, you know, they were there, and it would have completely changed the outcome for number 3. Okay, Ninja Banish. Tatsu has the best lines. My favourite one. Shoot, if it was a 2-pack with Vanilla Ice, I'd pay $100. Hell yeah, man. I would too. Because you know they would sell. You know they would sell. Oh, love. No, put the nunchucks down. Any Reyes, man. I bet that's a genuine reaction to his foot getting stamped from the actor inside. Did an Aragorn when he kicked the helmet.
Oh, Ernie's back.
Yeah. Just missed April trying to do her nunchuckies to impress Kino.
Oh dear.
Ah, here we go. The watered down backstories.
Oh, here we go. We got to be introduced to them again.
Yeah.
Guess we didn't watch the fucking first one a year ago.
I don't know what he was going to do then when he just rushed him. Credit to the stunt guys for being able to do acrobatics in these suits.
Yeah, that must be a lot of work. Ernie, he's got a smile on his face all the way through because he's looking at him like, I ain't got to do it this time.
Yeah, yeah. I do think this is a smart plot story point, though. Infiltrating the foot.
Yeah.
It does work for the most part.
They've just met this kid, like, they don't know him at all.
No.
What they should be thinking is, send him in.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
it happens to him.
Exactly. We don't know.
Yes.
But they're so good at heart, they won't. Apart from Raph. Raph's all for it.
Yeah. Send him in. The sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. Good. Although Toka and Raza look nothing like, well, Toka does, but Raza looks nothing like a wolf. He goes from being a husky to orange.
It's strange, but the designs are so good.
They are, they are. I'll do whatever you want if you did that to me as well. Ah, science, bitch.
But listen, why? Why do they need all of this? The turtles didn't have all this.
No.
Throw the canister in there and fuck off. They don't need the scientist.
It was around about when this movie came out and I started watching it, I started questioning things that I was picking up in a movie for the first time. My ignorance had started to fade away and I was starting to question a lot of things. Like, okay, if Jordan Perry just put one pipe in and yet when they burst out, there's completely two different chambers. Where's the other pipe? Why didn't he feed it into, the fact that they cut it off and we didn't see that he could have easily just moved it and doused the other one. It didn't occur to me at the time. Obviously, I was very young still. But I was questioning things in movies then. That was at the time when I started having an awakening. Oh, to be a kid again with all that bliss, ignorance. That's it, quick bye. Thanks for letting us crash in your apartment and trashing it for a while. Bye, Felicia.
But it's the cinematography in this film that really annoys me more than anything. I can handle the designs, I can handle the weird story. Just make it look like the first one.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. If this looks as good as the first one did, then yeah, a lot better. A little bit more.
If the third one was as good as the first one did, I could have watched it.
Yeah.
Or another little bit of tension. Even though they sorted it all out in the first one.
Raph's about to knock him out. Star Marvel 76. Ernie is one of my favorite things in this. This April is like a cardboard cutout. Oh, yeah, pretty much. She doesn't add anything. She doesn't do anything. That's all. Agreed there, mate. Gaming with your boy, 9 and 10. Tell Power. Yes, indeed. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it, mate. Star Marvel 76. I was personally offended when I saw that this at the theatre and it wasn't Bebop and Rocksteady. I had my questions about that too. 100%. Yeah.
That was Ed wouldn't let him use them.
Yeah. As a kid, no idea about any of that at the time.
No.
I'm like,
it annoyed me about work out why, but
no.
That was it. The creators wouldn't let him happen. I don't know why.
I didn't even remember them being written into the cartoon. I think I honestly didn't remember that as a kid. I do like this layer though. It's quite one hell of a set for sure. I wouldn't think Power would still be going to it though. This if it was that old.
Exactly. Someone's got to be paying the bill for that.
Exactly. I love it though. It does look great. It's great for diorama makers. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I can wink.
So that's a big set. That's the sort of thing you need a room to display it in. Just that.
Go on, Perry. Give it to him.
What else has he been in?
I've seen him before and stuff. Let me know. Let us know if you know what Jordan Perry, the actor's, been in before. It's a bit foggy at the moment because I'm eating pizza. Oh, need a manicure. Let me feel your boob.
Where did Charles go?
Right. We brought Chief Stones back. Why can't I bring Charles in?
We're meant to believe this is pretty.
Oh, Riddler just went
immediately after.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the last, at the most, 72 hours, she's got a brand new apartment, a new boss, her office has been sorted. I call bullshit.
That's bullshit.
There's no truth in this art.
Fuck, God damn it.
But that's a good looking layer, so you know.
Oh, of course, working phone line. That's the first mobile phone, don't you know?
And so he's carrying around a phone.
No cord.
On it. I've got no sound. I can't tell if he's talking on it or not.
You're talking on it.
It is.
I swear it's disconnected.
But it's got no line to it. He's walking around holding it.
I love movie continuity. Oh.
And he's holding it to his cheek. Imagine if you called me on the phone and I was there like that. Yeah, I can hear you.
Maverick 5 UK, the scene with the light shining on the turtles through the grate. I can see this being recreated in Ben's Instagram. Maybe. All right. This is why Turtle Boy isn't on the stream. He's working on his train station layer diorama. Yeah.
I just don't think he could bring himself to watch this.
He really, really can't wait for those Tokyo Razors, trust me.
Oh, yeah. He's excited.
So excited. Summer was 76. He's a bad guy in Time Bandits. Okay, Time Bandits.
Yeah.
I swear I've seen him in other bits.
The cells will no longer hold them. It's because they're tiny little pieces of wood.
With a bar across. Okay, here we go. Tokyo Raza, boys. Yeah, I'd be bricking it too, mate. These are great. Neca couldn't give us articulated lips on Raza. No? Okay. I'm definitely doing that soon.
But why are they infants?
Child mind like the Hulk.
It doesn't make any sense because they didn't bring puppies and baby turtles.
Unless it's something that he did with the mutagen specifically.
Could be.
Probably to accelerate the growth. Where the turtles had 15 years to sort of grow and mature. These guys just rapidly became big, so their minds haven't developed yet. Probably Shredder's orders to manipulate the Ooze so they rapidly grow. wow, it's the longest thought pattern I've ever had for this movie. Oh, damn, he was in Tron. Jordan Perry actor was in Tron as well. I didn't know that.
I've never watched Tron.
Oh, good movie. He was also a bad guy in Tron. Yeah, Tron, yeah. I do actually really enjoy the Legacy. It's just the CGI on Jeff Bridges is terrible on that one. But the soundtrack, yeah. Don't hate me in the comments for liking Legacy, but the soundtrack, woohoo, boy. Here we go.
I might have to watch it if Jeff Bridges is in it.
Oh, yeah.
The dude.
I want Rocky Balboa just to show up, from number 1, where he's the fucking debt collector, just with the ball in his hand. Yo, 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 yo.
This is, there's this like Saved by the Bell where they meet the school bullies.
Yeah. It's like the Warriors. Turtles come out to play.
Big face Raphael back.
Yeah. Why isn't he trench coat up? It isn't daylight. Come on. I do like this scene though. It was hit, yeah. It's my favorite one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Go on, Ernie. He's just messing them up. First time I've ever seen that movie.
No one would see that fucking massive green head poking up.
The bells.
Oh, yeah, this is cool.
Don't worry, you don't have to watch me eating pizza anymore. Yeah. We can. That's right. It's like Chuck Norris doing this. How many bells can you get? All of them.
That was pretty cool though. Like Raph sneaking in, whipping all the bells off.
Look at this place.
All the money they must have made though in the first movie. Like the Foot must still be rich.
Yeah, they must have the finances somehow. I mean, they're not selling stolen goods anymore, unless they are, I don't know. Or selling scrap metal parts. As this is a front kind of thing. A portion of this would make a great diorama, like a Detolf, or like with the tile wall and some scrap body parts and stuff.
Yeah. He should really be looking at him and going, "You look fucking different."
Stop. Collaborate and listen. Oh, Raph taking the Foot alone again.
This all feels so cheap.
Yeah, didn't have the gravitas as the first one did. Still enjoy it, but yeah.
But ironically, the first one was cheap, but it didn't feel cheap. This one probably wasn't cheap.
No, the salaries, because they probably demanded more.
It's just I wish they'd have got the same cinematographer back, or they hadn't just decided to try and make it look more like the cartoon.
I want the voice modulator for Shredder. I like that.
I can't even remember what he sounds like.
That's right. You got the sound on. I got it on 1, so I can just about hear it. Star Marvel 17. I was not a fan of Toka and Raza. Maybe if I was 7 or 8. Yeah, probably. They looked good. They really didn't do much in the movie.
I've got no interest in them from this film, but
yeah,
I get them a few because I think, well, for a start, they're really, really good toys.
Yeah.
But also the design is just, that's what this movie got right, the character designs. This, like those two in Super Shredder.
Yeah. For sure. Maverick 5 UK, the storyline seems really rushed from one scene to the next. Toka and Raza are already fully grown. You'd think they would build the tension for a reveal near the end. Yeah. They just sort of swapped that out for Super Shredder, who just grew within seconds. Mental. So the chemistry behind the Ooze didn't make sense. Oh, I said let them knock themselves out. A little too easy. If it's a corporate office asked, how can you make each movie worse? It was a decline. The fight scenes are like a joke in this. The rooftop raft fight had in the first film had a sense of danger, but it's become a comedy. In the I agree. The only thing about other fights I like is the actual physicality of the martial arts, like the kicks, is executed well. The way they're shot and obviously the comedic tone behind them is a letdown. I like tension in my fight scenes, like yourself. The only thing is that saving grace in them is that the choreography, like, you know, it's not like the Karate Kid. You know, these guys are actual martial artists. So yeah, I agreed. And yeah, that's it for the chat so far. Oh, the big net.
But I mean, in fairness, I don't think the fight scenes are too bad. Some of them, anyway, are like fairly good. But I want to see a Turtles movie. They need to reboot it, and I want to see one with like, you know, like the Raid, where you've got like
oh my word, yes,
hallway fight and stuff.
I
like
totally
that.
know exactly where you're coming from. Oh yeah,
I'd like to see
blew
that.
my damn mind. One take, wide shot. Yeah, we can see everything, not close up. Yeah, the Raid. Oh,
but even like
that, Tom.
The Daredevil season 1
hallway fight episode 2, yeah,
like that. I'd like to see that in a Turtles film where, so you know they're good, but they're also like a force of nature going through, and they're just wiping people out.
Yeah,
but you can see them getting fucked doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the way he was holding that arrow, that would have gone into the floor.
Fucking terrible. Oh, that's it. You got your motivation up. Get them! That's it. Bring on the fodder.
You haven't got any lips. What you want about?
Exactly. Oh, I'll just put it underneath your top lip so you can still technically talk.
It amazes me how much.
Dumbest part of the fight.
Like, how could they see? Like the guys in the suit.
Oh yeah, I
know. The Next Mutation. That awful show. But they had Raph riding the bike. Like he had the motorbike. And if you go back and watch it, you'll see Raph riding the motorbike, and he's always got his mouth open because that's how the stunt dude was seeing out. So he's riding a bike with a wide open mouth. They're out.
I'm meaning to look when we did this, and I've forgotten again. Did Raza have his armor on when he came out first time from being born, let's say?
No.
Okay.
I was thinking that myself.
Yeah.
But they've added it on.
Now, here's on. I want to get some actual size comparisons because, to be fair, the Toko and Raza figures look a little bit small compared to the actual turtles themselves. So I wanted to see what the scaling was now we're watching the movie.
I still want to build that shed, though, that they came out of.
Oh, yeah, well, 100%. For settings and diorama building inspiration, this film's golden.
I'm going to build that. The shed they came out of, I'm going to build that. I'm going to watch this back and get a few, because that's the only time you see it is when they break out.
Yeah, from the outside, I mean, you can visuals on what the nooks and crannies are on the inside. Probably use the Toy Fair pics and the promo stills, but like outside shit, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind a DTOF version. It would be smaller, but I wouldn't mind a DTOF version, which I'll probably find it.
I think the DTOF, honestly, would be perfectly in scale.
What, a DTOF version?
Yeah, with where they came out of there, because it's not much wider than they are.
Yeah.
So I think that a DTOF size one would work really well for it. But if I'm going to do it, I want to get into insane detail with it. Like, I want to get every single like coil that they've got hanging up.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, and in the right place, and
because you can use it for other things. I mean, Christ.
I'll be honest. I just want to build it to build it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be fussed about keeping. I'll probably send it to you anyway. But I just want to build it for the thrill of building it.
Have the fun of building it. Yeah, for sure. I'll probably use my sewer tunnel diorama to do something like this with the feet dangling down.
That you've got there.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want to makeshift Jordan Perry for any toy photography shots, if you can get hold of the Edward Nigma from the Diamond Gotham line, and then stick the 89 Batman Alfred head that came with the last Mattel line on it, if it'll work, it kind of gives you a sort of a makeshift Jordan Perry if he was out of focus.
Not a bad shout.
I was trying to do it myself. I just haven't got around to it. He's got a regular tie, not a bow tie, but it's going to be out of focus, so it wouldn't really matter. Yes, it is. It is wonderful. Let's have a look, see what the chat is saying. Storyline seemed really rushed. Yeah, Ernie Reyes kicked the Rock's butt in the rundown. He did the spinning Tarzan jiu-jitsu shit. Well, we called it the Welcome to the Jungle over here in the UK. But the Rock and Sean, have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's one of the Rock's first acting gigs. He did it with Stifler from American Pie, and it had Rosario Dawson in it as well. It's a really fun movie, actually. And
if it's her, give it a watch.
Yeah. Ernie Reyes Jr. is in that, and they have a really good fight, which is awesome. It's like the corporate office asked, "How can we make each movie worse?" Yep. The fight scenes are like you're joking. This, yeah, I've read that one. Sorry, I missed your previous one, Star Marvel. Sorry. Every now and then, I find myself screaming, "April, Leo, it's me, Kino." Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm not convinced all these foot soldiers went through the same recruitment process. I know, right?
It's like they got a little bit desperate. They're like people lying on their CVs, and they're just taking them in anyway.
We just need the numbers, guys.
But yeah, I can fight.
Yeah. Where did you learn karate? I watched the Karate Kid. You're in.
That's more than they've done in the Michael Bay movies to learn it.
Tell me about it. They were bloody SWAT SAS, bloody tactical stealth suited up in there. Stupid movies. All right, cans 3 and 4. Keep them count. Some actual drama.
See, now this, I really like this. Like the way Donatello thought there was more to it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel for him.
What I don't like is that he's basically got a fucking smile on his face all the time because of how they built the suit.
Yeah, the one takeaway you can get from this is we're going to say, why isn't it like the first one? And look at Donatello's big-ass bottom lip.
Imagine this whole scene, but with the first movie suit.
I don't know. Do you reckon Corey Feldman had the acting chops to pull off such a dramatic scene?
The voice wouldn't even, like, you could get away with the voice. It's the face. He doesn't look like he wants any drama. He's got a fucking stupid, like, fucking special smile on his face all the time. Oh, it really pisses me off.
Oh, no. There's he's got his armor up. Just the shaking horse carriage just made me laugh. Also, no one is walking the streets at this time. Oh, I know we get the little old couple in a minute, but I mean, like, cars, come now. Come now. It's New York. Yummy wood. Pause. There we go.
Yeah, you're causing carnage on, like, a back street.
Yeah, go into Times Square or something.
That's not even a joke.
That's so funny. Raza at the back doing a Hulk Hogan. I missed that. I've never seen that before.
They're like, damage is minimal. And it's like, well, what was the fucking point in it all then?
Chief Stearns, finally. Fill up my vape. Where is my vape? There it is. Really, mate? It's April O'Neil. She knows more than you do. If anyone wonders why I do this to my ears, I'm listening to the burn to see if it burns, bro. I did it quite a few times in me customizing life.
Where's Casey as well?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the big getaways from this, is I thought those two were hooking up.
No, well, you can kind of get away with the fact that if it is that soon after the first one, you could kind of get away with the fact that he's not around for a week.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this takes place over, judging by how they've done the timeline, like, despite the fact she's got a new office and a new apartment and everything, it seems to be a week or so from the first, you know.
Yeah, exactly. There's not much.
You're within like 2 weeks at the most. So you can almost imagine that you might have had to go somewhere.
Her assistant is a foot soldier.
Shocking. That's an M. Night Shyamalan twist right there, isn't it?
You are a bad man. Yeah.
But anyone too young to remember, that was a big movie twist in like 1991.
That's what we got.
We didn't get any I see dead people shit. Like that is what we got. The the first scene finally gets revealed.
That's how low the bar was, which is why Sixth Sense hit so hard.
Yeah.
Best action she's done all the film. Fuck me, I've only had 3 beers. 2 and a bit. What are you drinking tonight, Tom? What's your poison? I was told by a lady at work that that's an aphrodisiac. I don't drink it. Apparently so. That and celery is meant to get you. Yeah.
Send me to sleep, to be honest.
For me, it's just a wank and a Red Bull, and I'm good to go.
Yes. I think this lady at work is trying to get in your pants. Like,
you're right, Tom. Tell me more about that. I'm clueless when it comes to shit like that at work.
Oh, he's dropped the pizza in.
Ruined it now. Why is it looking at the camera for?
Now, this looks more like an actual science lab than the science lab did.
Using a candle as a Bunsen burner. You got all that equipment and you couldn't get a Bunsen burner. How do they know? No, that's not going to melt their faces off.
How did they make anything that thick with that?
I know. I had that glass. I don't anymore, but I had it. Lost my mind as a kid.
So I've got a kitchen full of equipment and I struggle to get a curry with the right consistency when I'm cooking it from scratch. And with a couple of candles, they've like made... Fuck off.
Let's see what the chat say. Some of us think 60. Absence and no mention of Casey absolutely kills this for me. I know it's painful. Luis Vega, I think Casey wasn't in this one because of Ooze. He kills a shredder with a garbage truck. Yeah, he's probably on the run for murder. It's a good theory. I like it. Ice House Boilermakers. Yeah, I know. Marriott 5 UK, Casey is in the 3rd film, right? Yeah, he is. He is. I've never seen it, but do they show Casey and April in a relationship? Not really. He's in the 3rd one. He comes in more of like a friend of the group. And he spends most of the time in that subway station lair that they're in now. And the arcade. They really waste Casey in the 3rd movie. I'd say watch it just to say you've seen it. Some other 76, man, I deleted the 3rd one from existence. Well, we're going to bring it back. Nostalgia, Ernie Reyes and Vanilla Ice make this really highly rewatchable. Sorry. Yeah. It's fun. It's mindless fun. As you can see, we're having a great time. I am anyway.
Oh, I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun film, but it's also fun to like point out.
If anyone watched the Night at the Docks stream that I did, shout out to TMNT Configuration for making this whole diorama, and apparently his father stepped on it, which is why it doesn't exist anymore. Poor bugger. But yeah, so shout out to TMNT Configuration on that one. Oh, I saw one review of the Toko and Razar figures, and his donut that came with the crushed cube, they wasn't in the pack. They'd missed out an accessory. Quality control off the line issues. I know. Yeah. You can have that one, Retro Blasting. You can have that one. The reason why I'm doing this is
He's coming for you at some point.
No, I'm coming for him.
But as much as I'm not into this film, like the designs, like that is so.
Yeah, it's good.
So cool.
See, look, they tower over the turtles in this, and yet the figures themselves, not to knock on the figures because I don't have them yet, but just from what I've seen, they're not that much taller than the figures. They must have had some really big dudes in those suits.
Yeah.
I bet Kevin Nash is in one of them as well. That's a It's like one of those teen movies, you know, when they're on the roller skating dancing and all he's seeing is their face. Imagine if that's Raza. And here we go. Arguably one of the best scenes is the nightclub scene.
It fucking arguably.
First and second have the same feel to me, then it's just, well, makes me sad. I know, mate. I would need to get the third one to do a watch along later. I do quite like
that line where he's like, I'll take the ugly one. He's like, which one's the ugly one?
Exactly.
That's a good line.
That's my Villain at Ice dance. Man, would you look at these costumes? The lady in red. Boys and girls, am I right? That'll be me later after I've had those beers. I've just robbed the guy of his tire.
For no reason. You could have weapons.
No. I always wondered when bro started to become a word that we use all the time. It's this movie. Go on, Vanilla Ice.
How does he know they're Ninja Turtles?
I know, right? God, I love 90s hip hop.
It's a great tune, though.
It's great. The New Jack Swing, I love it. Back to the Future rip-off here. It's your cousin Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you were looking for?
That was great.
Of course. Science.
See, nowadays that would be like science, bitch. Yeah, a bit of Breaking Bad on there.
Wonder what Ernie's thinking about. Big ass titties. I just can't. I can't do it.
It's not the last choice for a ninja. Ninjas were assassins, man. I am ripping through this movie like the whole way, but I do love it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. You can't.
I've enjoyed it all so far.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I would not be dancing behind turtles. I'll be asking them questions.
It's like I've been in a few.
Would they give
dodgy from where I've seen some weird shit, but nothing like this.
No. No one's focused on you, Vanilla Ice. They're watching the massacre behind you. They like it. They like it. Go, 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 go.
It's the little rat tails on them. Like, that is pure, like, late 80s, early 90s right there. Oh, the grunt.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we get to some good martial arts. That's it. Come on. Spinning heel kicks. Wada. One of my favourite moves of the movie. And this.
Like, all the fighting is really good. Like, the close-up fighting like this.
Yeah.
Is a big step up from the first one, I think.
Yeah.
Whether they made the suits a bit more flexible or what, I don't know, but the close-up martial arts fights are really good. Apart from that,
yeah,
the way they finish Tatsu off is pathetic. Oh, fucking doctors in the background giving it the big one.
We all know that, you know, martial artists are professional dancers as well.
Do you reckon they actually hired, like, different people in the suits for this one?
It's a pretty simple dance routine. Probably. Oh, yeah, Lady in Red, come on.
Mikey's going off at the back with her hat.
Got my phone, I was so excited.
Oh, look, this is like that Neca set that they just released, the Turtles on Tour.
Now we're in a pantomime.
He's behind you. Hand it over, Shredder, while we all smile because we've got no other expressions.
Just early comes along. Hey guys, what did I miss? Oh, I can do martial arts too. Yeah, this would have been the extended scene for Jordan Perry. Not the Lady in Red.
How did she get up there?
One of the only reasons why I want to get that tour set is for this instrument.
Just for this scene?
Yeah.
Straight through that paper window.
Great scene. One of those dated parts in movies, like Macy Gray and Spider-Man. Oh yeah.
I recently rewatched all three of those Spider-Man films, though, and they, apart from number 3, I think they still hold up.
1 and 2 do.
The Tobey Maguire, but
yeah,
the first 2 I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
My little boys got really obsessed with Spider-Man again for some reason. We had to watch them all, like 3 nights in a row. I had to watch all 3 of them.
No, that's fair play. I mean, they had a bit of, you know, like kid-friendly dialogue in the first one and second. I really enjoyed the first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. I just, obviously the second one, it just fell apart. But, you know, it's cool that they're all coming back. It doesn't excite me. The only part about the big Spider-Man.
The big man's there. Big man's there.
There we go. Kevin Nash, shout out to you, mate.
Well, I will say, like, it shows you the way that Neca painted it with the white lines and everything on the figure.
Yeah.
is exactly the same as the suit.
Yeah, they deliberately shaded the suit as well to give it those muscular highlights, as you can see.
Because I know it was a dark and wet scene, so they jazzed up the suit, and Neca just carried that through.
Shout out to Turtle Boy and his Doc diorama, and to Drip, and to TMNT configuration, and to everyone else who's done a Doc diorama. Pinnacle scene.
It's just such a waste.
Yeah, he kills himself within 30 seconds. It could have been so good, man.
And also, what did he get in contact with before he took the mutagen to turn into this?
Apparently it mutates metal now.
And also, what exactly killed him?
Everything coming down on top of him.
Those 4 pieces of wood and a pallet.
And all the dust.
Because bear in mind, in the first one, he went into a garbage truck and was crushed.
Yeah, exactly.
And survived.
You would think this guy can
this
take
one, 3 lollipop sticks have killed him.
Now, if it was regular Shredder having all that come down on top of him, then maybe.
It might have given him a headache.
Yeah. Not super Shredder. With all that protective armor on him too.
There was literally, what, a foot of wood. And bear in mind, he must be 11 inches wide. So that's an inch of wood has fallen on him.
We're getting anal, people. Yeah, that's it.
It's little things like that just annoy me now. Like, but at the same time, they hinted in the TMNT movie.
Yeah.
Which I would rather skip number 3 and go straight to that TMNT movie.
No, we're doing 3, Tom.
But they say in that Karai says that Shredder could be back. Which makes sense, because that would not have killed normal Shredder, let alone Super Shredder.
No. So go on that thesis that Super Shredder didn't die.
If that had finished off Super Shredder, like, you could have just thrown an empty can of Coke at him and it would have wiped him out. Like, there was no weight in what was on him.
Stuck to his face armor. It'd been like, get off.
At the most, he'd have been lightly bruised.
Still a great action figure, though. Did you get yours in the end, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the shelf at the minute. Oh, they've been busted. Oh, he made another.
I like the way they finished it.
I'll do it if they haven't made another funny.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark Friedman gets a special thanks.
Yeah. Let's go through, see what the old chat is saying. Excuse me. Star Marvel 76. Same with the Turtles. First, second, third lost me. 1 hour and 16 minutes in the later. No, yeah, 1 hour and 16 minutes in, and the film is wrapping up. Is that how short it was? Christ. And 2 minutes later, credits. Yeah, there we go.
That is a short film, really. In fairness, that was Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It's a short one, wasn't it?
5 minutes past 11 and we are done.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind hanging around a little bit, I'm going to stop the movie. But if you don't mind having a gas with us afterwards, I like
the fact that Vanilla Ice is listed as himself. Credits. That's a nice touch.
Nice. I really do hope we get a Vanilla Ice figure. I would so buy that in a heartbeat. I think all you would as well, wouldn't you? Yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, so that is it. That is Secret of the Ooze. That was actually quite fun rewatching it again. It does excite me more that Toka and Raza are on the way. Because I'm just seeing some scenes of like, oh, I can recreate that. Oh, I can recreate that. Oh, I can recreate that if I spent a month building the set for it. And yeah. So yeah, that was good. That was good fun. But yeah, I think Ernie Reyes' Kino figure is, I think that's a pretty much solid. But throughout this, I was also thinking of if next year's going to be quite heavy on secret review stuff from Neca. I think we mentioned this before, whereas they pull, you know, they could do some deep pull characters from the first movie, but I think there's more characters from the first movie that they could pull deep from if they were going to do a figure from than there is in the second. Who, if anyone stood out to you guys watching, of who they might do a real deep pull figure from, let me know. Apart from Jordan Perry and April, Chief Stones is already there. Who else we got? We've got that one news assistant that turned out to be a foot guy. You got the foot. I mean, you're just a bunch of foot. I mean, we can just count them out.
Yeah. Unless they're going to make the big fat foot geezer.
Yeah. Obviously, Vanilla Ice. But I don't think there's that many you could pull from to do. So I think once they've done the Turtles, April, Shredder, Kino, maybe a couple of like Vanilla Ice or something like that. I don't think there's really many they could really dive in for.
They can't go deep into this film.
No.
At all. Unless we're going to start getting like goons with the tights on their head.
Yeah. Or
which I'd probably buy because they'd be good for shots.
Yeah.
But I can't see anything else really.
Yeah, it's an odd one. I think they probably would do a secret review Splinter with the patchwork robe. I think we're going to get another Splinter down the line. I think they will milk it. They've got the mold. It probably would look exactly the same, probably just with a different, slightly maybe lighter shade of paint and a different cloth robe. And you've got yourself a secret review Splinter. I was tempted to buy one just so I could do that myself. So expect a lot of reuse. But what company doesn't do reuse stuff, you know? But yeah, there really isn't much.
Well, yeah, I've got the cast up here. I've just rewound it to have a look at the cast. So you've got April, Jordan Perry, Mike Donnie, Splinter, Kino, Shredder, Tatsu, Stearns, Tucker, rather, Super Shredder. And then like you're into nothing after that. Like you got the owner of the pizza parlor and the assistant. The man and woman getting in the cab.
Then we're going to like goon number 1, goon number 2.
It pretty much is. You got foot 1, foot 2, foot 3. Like the TGRI assistants.
Fake Rocky Balboa who recruits Kino and leads him into the warehouse.
The audience woman, which is obviously the woman in red.
Yeah.
A few dancers. And then promoter and promoter's aide, the two geezers with the rat tails.
Oh, they were good, yeah.
And that is it.
Go.
That is the whole film.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe like 20 odd people at a push. They cannot deep dive into this movie. Like they've done their deep diving, to be honest, without the only other thing they could release either an April figure from this, which I can't see being this year, like next year, obviously, because we're getting the Judith April next year.
Yeah.
Is a Perry and Kino 2-pack.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
That's a question, actually. Do you think, because I've never seen the actress who plays April in this in anything else. If I'm wrong, if she's been in other stuff and you know that, let me know. But do you think she would be this active as Judith Hoger's been? Even if Judith Hoger is literally just riding this 30th year anniversary train and then next year she's out. Or, you know, she really is this committed. Either way, I think she's great. It doesn't bother me. But do you think the second April would do this? Or do you think, no, Judith Hoger's kind of dominating this right now? I'm going to bow out. I'd ride the clout. I'd ride it.
She's been in quite a lot, in fairness.
Has she?
Like film-wise, like these were her first 2 films. In fact, she hasn't been in any like real big films by the look of it.
No.
But she was on All My Children before she'd done this, which was a fairly big show in America, I think.
Yeah, fair play.
I just remember that from Friends. I think it was Gunther that said he was on All My Children.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like Days of Our Lives was an actual TV show.
Yeah. She was on NYPD Blue.
Okay.
Party of Five.
Yeah, I remember seeing those.
Law and Order.
Oh, damn. Star Marvel 76. Good times. Yes, it was, mate. Yes, it was. And I appreciate you being here for it. Thank you, man. Secretly used Splinter will need to come with the child's bow and arrows used. I'm sure it was pink.
Person of Interest. Sorry. She was on Person of Interest, and I watched that show, or like, I binge watched that show, and I cannot remember her in it.
Really?
I'm going to have to rewatch it now.
That tickled me. Nice one, Maverick. Shit. Yeah, agreed. Fair play. Yeah, no. I'll have to Google it. Are there any recent images of her now? I have to see what she looks like.
I'm just having a little look now. I'm actually on YouTube and her in Person of Interest.
I'll see if you can see a scene with her.
Yeah. Because I must fucking remember her from that. Like, I watched that show, like, religiously. Oh, I do remember her. She is quite nice.
Always trust Tom to have a change of heart somewhere down the line.
I've just suddenly remembered who she played in it, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I remember her.
She tied in, yeah?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, dear. We may see her, depending if she agrees to her likeness rights. It's a bit of extra cash, why not? That's why I'm surprised anyone denies it. Oh, dear. There we are, guys. Oh, you have to let us know. That is it. I know. It's bloody short, wasn't it? Fuck it. Do you want to watch number 3 now?
Fuck it. We got time. I'm debating whether to sit the special features on.
I know, right? I bet it'll be all the same from... Actually, does this DVD box set come with much? Behind the scenes?
This, yeah, because you're on the same one as me, aren't you?
I bet it's the same. I guarantee you, this is what it says in there, right? This little green bar where it says 30 minutes of behind the scenes. I bet it's the same making of featurette that's on the single release Blu-ray of the first movie. Guarantee you.
Probably. You have to bear with me. I'm on a PlayStation. I'm trying to work out how to get back to the start.
Oh, were you able to get a PS5 in the end?
Oh yeah. That's upstairs in the boys' room. I finally got my PS4 back, which is now downstairs.
Nice. Yeah, we've got one of those down there and all.
Oh no, we've got trailer and stills gallery.
Is that all for the...
That is the Secret of the Ooze special features.
I guarantee you, if you stuck on part 1 and looked at their special features, it would be the same as mine, where it would be this much of to do with the first movie, and the rest of it is all for Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah. Probably because they weren't expecting the first one to be as big, which I don't understand, because that was released at the height, like Turtle Power was the big thing when that movie came out.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even have to do any advertising. Like, we all loved Turtles from the. Yeah. Like, we had 3 years of the cartoon before that film came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was prime. It was absolute prime. What was I going to say? Forgotten now. Forgotten out of my mind. But yeah, so very curious of how quickly I think Neca will spread it out massively next year for their Secret of the Ooze releases. But I mean, they'll be still releasing stuff for number 1. They said they were also going to do deep dives into it. And obviously, I'll buy all of them, and I'll buy a second for when Tom changes mind. But yeah, no, let me know if you've got the Super Shredder figure, if are you enjoying it. I love my Super Shredder. I haven't done much with it yet, but I just love it posed in the background there.
But no, you're right. Like, there's a lot more deep dive potential in number 1 than there is in 2. I also want to know how it is like you've got so much more room in your detail than I have.
Just posing them up.
It's like I bought a nookie detail from like some geezer around the corner. That's like slightly smaller than everyone else's or something.
Let me see if my cable can extend this far. So let me see if I can actually get you good. Oh, I got a bit of length to the cable.
But the only thing you got a bit of length to, but you know.
Yeah, here you go. So this is what I managed to cram into my 1 cube for the turtles. As you can see, it's just finding the room really to a point. Obviously, I've got spirit splinters stuck in the back there. You can't barely see them over. Like if I was to do low, you can't see them at all. But yeah.
But so I've got the 4 turtles, 2 foot soldiers, Splinter, Shredder, and Super Shredder, and it's like crammed in.
I've got a bloody
You've got weapons rack, you've got an Ooze canister, and all sorts in there. And it's like loads of room.
It's gone to the point where I had enough space to actually get them in some good poses. Now, because it's so crammed, they're literally all pretty much vanilla, apart from the foot. But the thing is, I've got like 12 foot soldiers now. Only 2 are on this, but the rest are all just in a box. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you, mate. I couldn't tell you. I just don't know.
It's really pissing me off, and I cannot get my detail set up at all. I just need bigger shelves. That's all there is to it.
I know, mate. Well, I mean, look. I mean, this is what I did today, right? So, if I bring you over again, I sorted out. I took away the Ragnarok shelf and I inlaid it with my movie stuff. I think the cord is gone as far as it will go now. Hold on. Yeah, it's a bit better.
I think if you got rid of those Ghostbusters, you'd have a lot more room.
The big zips take up so much room. So I've got to see here.
I'm surprised they're not banging the door of the detail, to be honest. I used to get for him now.
This took a while, just because the Ghostbusters, they don't stand up properly. They're on those rocking heel feet, and there was a nightmare. But
they do look good on a display, though. In fact, I'll give them that.
Tried to get most of my Batman stuff in there, and obviously I haven't got any room for new Back to the Future. I haven't got any room for any of it now. But basically, yeah. So, you lost me as a camera. 1 second. Let me put myself back in again. See if that comes up. I hope I haven't just wrecked my webcam.
No, I've just got a picture of you in front of below the bikes.
There we go.
There he is.
There we are. Oh, because it's registered you can see my cupboards and stuff. Yeah, it's using my laptop webcam now rather than my actual webcam. Hopefully I haven't screwed this up.
Well, I can see a few predators in the background.
Yeah, just behind me there. Just behind me there.
You're still coming through on video fine on the YouTube.
There we go. There we go. So, as I was saying, up here, if I was to do this, and this is now, I managed to get all my Deadpool and X-Men stuff at the back there. And I just got that, if you can see it, the Ryan Reynolds head at the back. I put him on the Mezco. Oh, that came in today. And then, yeah, my Iron Man gantry. And then, of course, all the cartoon line. So, yeah, I had to make room for all of that. So that's literally all the display, apart from the Predators at the back. That's kind of all the display room I have. Because obviously, that's it.
You're going to have to tell your mum and dad that you need a cabinet in the front room.
I know, right? So, I mean, I'm part owner of this house, so I should really just say a cabinet's going into the room, whether you like it or not.
I tried asking my missus, like, can I put a few in the front room? No.
I know. Well, if I got rid of him, or not got rid of him, if I took him out and put him elsewhere, I could get another Detolf there. That'll be it. But yeah, no, just saving for a mortgage. Renting is not the one. So yeah, being back home, saving a lot. So I'm just saving up, getting the mortgage going on top of this. So it's just yeah.
Yeah, we've got an expensive hobby.
We do.
Which is why I work 7 days a week and still can't afford it all.
You're a beast. any weekend work that comes up at my job, I'm kind of like just one day.
Oh, I take them all.
Take them all. I know.
I can't help it. Like, I don't want to do it, and then I add up how much money I earn when I work a weekend, and it's like,
yes,
I should probably do it.
Yeah, double time and time and a half and all that.
I earn nearly as much on like for 2 days as I do in the week.
Combine that with the does it roll over to the following month rather than the month's paycheck that's coming up, or do you get it on that month?
It depends. Like, it depends when the cutoff is for the thing, but
yeah. So yeah, any overtime or any weekend work, literally, it won't come within that month's paycheck. It will be the month after. So it'll be a while before you see it. So it's painful. When we had lockdown, when we had COVID, I was at my work until like 11, 12 at night, just getting IT kit out to bloody traders, just so they could work from home and do bodged up Zoom meetings and shit, which was hilarious. But that wasn't fun. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the new year. But yeah, so let's have a look. See what the chat's saying. See what chat. Who's still around? 7 people. Oh, bless you. Good times. Secret of the Ooze will need to come with a child. You read that one? Yeah. Tom now wants a Secret of the Ooze April.
I do know. I remember, like, honestly, I've watched Person of Interest all the way. I binge watched that and I did not click all the way through. That's April.
I think we could set the record straight now, guys. Just don't worry about Tom right now. Covering him up. Anything Tom says, no, I'm not going to get. He's going to get. Yeah. Don't let him know that. Hey, Tom, you're all right.
It'll happen.
Eventually. This is why I converted my loft into a display room. Keeps my wife happy. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah, what's
very true?
Yeah, what's going on with is that where you do toy setups now? Is it in your loft?
Yeah, like my photography studio is the loft.
Gotcha.
I can't have any display. To be honest, it's too fucking cold up there. I wouldn't keep any figures up there because it's too. I'd end up like snapping a figure because it is so bastard cold up there. Damn. It's like that. In the summer, I go out there to take a shot, like take a photo, and I'm dripping in sweat. Or I'll go up there now and I've got to put like 3 coats on to go and take a shot because it's so cold. There's no in between. There's no time that you get up there and it's like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah.
It's either like Sahara or Arctic. That's the 2 conditions in my loft.
There's no in between. None. So yeah, mine full of storage, which a lot has got to go into. Right here, where I've got set up now is where I do shots, and it doubles as a place for storage too. So every time I take a shot or want to work, like if I want to do custom stuff, I just have it here because I've got a bit of space in front of me with me the classic cutting mat that you see in videos. But if I want to do a shot and I need all the space, all what's behind needs to come off because I literally, even though you see a bunch of cupboards, they're all full of shit. So I'm going to peek it. This is what I have to move, all right? All that shit. So I've got my pot of paints. I've got all this crap. In there's figures. That's my pillar of my custom cave. Actual diorama I'm still working on. The DeLorean that I'm still working on. And all a bunch of shit underneath. And so all that has to come off before I actually get to utilize this entire space. And sometimes I'm just like, I can't be asked. I really can't be asked. That's why I crave like a dedicated area that's just blank, open all the time that I can just keep a setup going for. So just whenever you see a toy shot from me, just know the struggle.
It's a lot of work normally, let alone having to do all of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is for sure. Just getting everything.
That's exactly what I had to do until I managed to like carve out a space in the loft to do it. But
yeah,
I finally carved out a space to do it, and I don't really do it anymore. The irony.
It's weird. I don't know what, but there's a lot of shift going on because Zach himself, good old Zach Williams, who's been on the channel before, he's sort of stepped away from toy photography. He's still collecting just bits that he loves, but he stepped away from toy photography. And he's focusing now on like actual street photography because that's where his passion lies. So he's sort of moving away from SNA toys onto another account. he still wants to jump in on the show every now and then and gas turtles with us, which is more than welcome to do anytime. But it's just strange how people are just sort of shifting now. I don't know, it's weird. He's not the first person.
I've lost a lot of appeal with I think with what we do, especially with the proper ACBA stuff, it takes so much work. And I literally don't have the time or the energy to put the amount of effort in that it takes to do it.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to get back to doing I started off collecting Batman when I started collecting, and then I drifted into turtles with the Mirage turtles from the bootleg ones from Neca, and then I'm into basically now my main collections are turtles or Batman. I'm getting rid of most of the Marvel stuff that I had and all this, and I'm getting into the props and things like that again as well.
Actual collecting.
Yeah, that's what I want to get back into, collecting stuff rather than buying stuff to take pictures of. I want to just collect stuff because I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the enjoyment.
I kind of feel like if you're buying something just to shoot a review of or just to shoot a picture of and you really don't have that much interest in it, it's kind of this hobby's version of turning a hobby into work, but without getting paid. And so that's kind of like why you don't really see much in the way of anything. Very, every now and then you'll see something for me that's not a turtle shot on my Instagram, because obviously that's my biggest franchise passion and love. I love my Marvel, but I've not really been inspired at the moment, just because this year's just turtle news, turtle everything's come out, so I'm just riding that train. I love it. I'm in my zone right now, as we all are. That's why I started this talk. But every now and then I'll drop something. But yeah, like the beginning of the lockdown was obviously a prime time. I was off for 2-3 months. I could knock out some videos, do some custom projects, do a lot of shots at the time. This hobby sort of saved me from going absolutely mental. As I'm assuming if anyone else was in the same situation of not having anything to do and it was in the collecting field, this hobby was a great pastime. But now with the second or third lockdown, and for me having to obviously just work through it, energy wise, that's why sort of the video and content sort of slowed slightly, was just having the energy to do it, which is why I kind of started this, because it was a great, I could get something out on the channel, plus I actually got to do what I love doing as well as all that, and that's talking and chatting and gassing about the things that are coming out, all the news, it's just everything, and getting to actually get to know people that I've been chatting up and chatting to in the comments. I could actually get some FaceTime with, because this is the closest thing to FaceTime I'm going to get. So yeah, I'm just really glad that doing these streams and the people that watch them, I absolutely love and adore everyone that's watching right now. I really appreciate you sticking around and that you enjoy the channel. And so I thoroughly enjoy doing these, either if it's a turtle talk where we're just going over news, or if it's a hangout stream where we're just chatting shit or just going over everything, even if it's not turtle related, or the watch alongs, which are great. So I'm really, really appreciative of those who decide to chime in and hang out with me. I really do, especially on the custom one as well, not too long ago. That was awesome, hanging out with you guys as well. So, and I'll be doing some more of them too. So yeah, for now, I'm just going to take my time with some projects, do a shot here and there, and just do it when I get the I really want to do something right now. So
yeah, I'm the same now. I'll take if I get a burst of inspiration, I'll go up and take a photo. But yeah,
that's it. And that that's what we have to sort of succumb to. So that's where our love is. When we know it's still there. We're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. The social media can just kill inspiration and kill a love for something just because it's in your face every single day. But then you do get that burst where it's like, I really, really could shoot the shit out of this, and I really, really want to. Or I've got an opinion on this and I really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Or I'm really excited about something. Let's go and let's turn the camera on. And those moments, and they come in, and you're in your element then. It's just towards the end of this year, it's kind of just slowed down a little bit, but we've got a lot to look forward to next year.
Oh yeah.
But to be honest, if you notice something, right, of all the bullshit that's happened this year in everything. You name it, everything that's gone on this year that you've seen in the news or has popped up on your social medias. Being in this hobby and action figures, and especially for us in the UK with the shops and the stores that we rely on, have been on point. That has kept, to be honest, it's kept a smile on my face this year. I'm not gonna lie, it's kept a smile on my face this year. It's just, I could not imagine not having this hobby in my life right now. Do you know what I mean? It's been fantastic. So honestly, I want to give a shout out to bloody Toys-R-Us, and to be honest, all of our UK ones, they've been killing it, especially through all the COVID crap, in getting figures to us, because this hobby has done nothing but get us through this shit. And I'm really, you know, I'm very, 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 very grateful to have this hobby.
We've been lucky that, especially when you compare it to the States, we've got a lot of online retailers that carry what we want.
Yeah.
And they all offer, like, I mean, I mainly use Toys-R-Us because I'm linked with them anyway, but all the main ones are good, and you're not going to have any problems, and we get what we want when we want it. I mean, certainly we're a bit delayed compared to the US, maybe, but, you know.
Yeah.
We also don't have the weird link to one store problem that they do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happier waiting 2 or 3 months and being able to get what we want from where we want.
Yeah, we have our pick and choose of the litter, rather than being exclusive to one store only and having to rely either on their online service or trying to find a branch of the store that will have it. So I do feel for the collectors in America on that one. But yeah, I mean, like yourself, I'm a Toys-R-Us man, but I've done business with all of them, and Toy Trash and Comics and Cocktails I've chopped it up with at cons. You know, they're great with their interaction and in demand. We've got a plethora of online stores, and to be honest, from the ones that we've bought from, I mean, one I will give to Comics and Cocktails. Christ, they've had how many? Two burglaries in this year, very close together, like big burglaries, like literally hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of stock gone.
Well, to the point where it was actually in the newspapers when they recovered it.
Yeah, and I'm very glad they did.
Like, they found that much stock that it got in the newspapers.
And they were still able to get people their product. So fair play to them.
But it's not just CNC. Diamond got broken into.
Diamond as well. Yeah. I didn't know about that. Shit.
Diamond's main UK warehouse got broken into.
Fucking hell. Jesus, and that's they're kind of the distributors for.
They are the distributors, because a lot of Toy Trash were getting all their Joes from them.
Yeah.
So they had a big delay on the second wave of Joes because of that.
Yeah.
But they also had their, like, the main office was broken. Like, they had a life-size replica Batman stolen.
Damn.
Like, proper. But these are people that obviously knew what they were looking for because they broke in at the delivery times.
Yeah. They know. Annoyingly, by the sounds of things, it could be someone from in the
makes them around now. And obviously, it was someone at some point knew what was coming in and when. Especially with CNC, because
to get hit twice,
it's bad. I'm glad. I mean, I don't really use them, but I'm glad they're back on their feet now, by the look of it.
For sure. Absolutely.
The more retailers we got, the better.
Yeah, for sure. Because if one doesn't have something, then you can go to another one that might have it. You know, we have multiple options to choose from.
Exactly. And I mean, I generally use one place, but it's nice to be able to shop around if one place hasn't got something, somewhere else might. And I like to spread it around occasionally just to make sure that everyone's, you know.
Same. I like to give everyone a little bit of love, you know, for sure. And, you know, just because we kind of sort of know when we chat to the people who own and run the businesses, you know, on social medias. And they're good people, and just want to give them some business every now and then. You know, we may be sort of, you know, leaning towards one more than the other, but you know, that's how it goes in the community. There are tons that will do the same for the others. But yeah, I like yourself. I like to give everyone a little bit of love.
Exactly, and the more you, especially if you're like in the Facebook groups and things like that, get to know your retailers.
Yeah,
and get chatting with them. Because like I recently, as you know, got into the cartoon line, the same as you with the turtles. And Cam from Toy Trash hit me up out of the blue one day because he knew I was looking for turtle stuff and said, I've been through the stock room and I found an April and Casey 2-packs, like both sets. So I got them from retail, which is quite hard at the minute.
Yeah, you get service. That's just service right there. Yeah. It's not a service. That's just looking out.
It's not only great service, but it's what happens when you build ties with the community.
Yeah. Relationships, for sure.
So the more you can get into the Facebook groups and get chatting with people and get to know people, you're going to get these sort of heads up with things. So it's well worth doing. We've got some great guys that run these stores as well, you know.
Yeah.
They're all open. They're all easy to chat to.
And pretty much all, if not, I think if not all, ship worldwide, didn't they?
Yeah.
So even if you're not
a lot of the people, like, if you're in the States and you're paying scalper prices, you'll probably pay less getting it from the UK than you will paying the ridiculous eBay prices that you guys are paying. So not only are you paying a little bit, maybe this, you know, you might pay the same as a scalper, you might pay a little bit less. You might pay a little bit more, you know, it kind of depends on where you're getting it from, whatever. But if nothing else, you're not paying a scalper, you're paying a genuine store.
Yeah. That has genuine product that's, you know, isn't going to be tampered with. It's coming from an actual business rather than someone who's got it, and it could turn up in any kind of condition, you know.
But if nothing else, support the people that are doing it properly. They're not going to make. They're going to make probably a third of what the scalpers make on your purchase, but you know that it's not going to some bastard that's been in and wiped out a whole target.
Yeah.
Just to flog it to you for 3 times more.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give them the fucking satisfaction. Get it from somewhere else that might make less money, but it's going to the right place.
Yeah. You know, even if it's kind of borderlines the same sort of price, you know it's legit. You know it's coming from an actual business. Obviously with the exchange rate and obviously shipping, and you may get it a little bit later than having to hunt for it, but you know it's coming from a legit business and someone that, you know, like Tom said, it's not from a scalper, because that's half of the problem is when you feed a scalper just to get something you want, you're disheartened that little bit just because you know you fed a scalper. Right? I'd rather, if I have to pay a scalper price, I'd rather that price go to a business than some prick who's just looking to gain a few bucks, you know. You know, it's kind of a little bit more comforting in that. If I have to suck it up, then it's going to go to a business rather than a prick. I ain't going to say the C word because I'll get demonetized. I'll probably am demonetized already. Then yeah, you know what I mean, than a scalper, because that's half of the pain of having to do it. It's not just the inflated price, it's that you know who it's going to.
If you're paying scalper price from the UK, it's on shipping. Like, that's what's taking the cost up. But the retailer isn't making that money. Like, that's the shipping company is making that money, not the retailer. So, you know, the retailer's just getting what they would pretty much in the US. And you're not paying some guy that's wiped out your local Target to flog it to you for double the price.
Exactly.
That's pretty much all there is to it.
Right, let's have a gander, see what the chat is all saying. Maverick 5 UK, Super Shredder is great. He's huge. He had shipping confirmation from a 2-pack of foot soldiers from Toys R Us. I got that too because I wanted a 12 to complete my run. I thought I was done at 10. I wasn't. God, I'm such a toe whore. I'm looking forward to getting them though. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. You will enjoy them. I needed my army. I've got a problem, Tom.
I've got more cartoon soldiers than I do movie foot soldiers, to be honest.
You do. My cartoon line ends with Baxter and Splinter once I've got the Casey and April 2-packs. Unless, and Krang. Damn it.
And you know you're going to get Vernon and Rat King.
No, Vernon I won't.
Are a must buy.
No, I won't.
I've decided I'm not getting the Triceratons.
Really?
I'm getting the infantrymen and the roadkill runners because I want the roadkill runners.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I think the infantryman is the most. I love the colours on it, like the red and white, just really pop. But I'm not too fussed on like the other pack.
No, fair play. Fair play. I mean, yeah, I'm not the rock people. No, if they Mondo Gecko,
I'm avoiding those. You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Mondo Gecko, maybe. The frog, probably.
If they release the 4 frogs, I'll have to get them. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure with the names because it's been so long since I watched the animated series. So
I know there's Napoleon on a frog and Rasputin, but there a Rasputin one. I can't remember now. There's so many.
Yeah, he was sort of the main one.
I'll end up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll end up buying the punk frogs and the neutrinos if they release the neutrinos. But then if they release the neutrinos, I'll then want the rock soldiers. It's just a fucking killer.
And of course, Usagi Yojimbo.
Usagi is my jam. You know that. I love Usagi more than Turtles.
We're praying to the Neca gods right now.
If Neca release one, I'll get it. If Super 7 release one, I'll get it. Like, I'll just anything Usagi, I'll get it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I still got my original Playmates one on the shelf and the 2012 Playmates one up there.
We need modern versions. You know, I mean, Super 7. No, sorry, Super 7, but it's just not our jam, baby.
I don't like them, but I wouldn't buy any of the other figures, but I'll buy Usagi.
For sure. And yeah, going on, obviously doubling back onto the Frush interview, where they said they were going to reveal some of their new stuff coming out via the sheet of the inventory of what they've done so far that will be folded into the new packs of the cartoon sets like Rat King and Vernon and Splinter and Baxter, rather than actually announcing them online.
I like that.
You're going to have to make us buy them to figure out what's new coming.
I was hoping there was going to be something with the Krang set. And then the people that have been posting, there's the one geezer that posted that they found him. I was hoping there was going to be something in there, but there's obviously not.
All right. If Retro Blasted wanted something to critique Neca on, apart from obviously their QC issues, that would have been here. Just because I don't have to buy the new stuff to find out what new's coming to decide what I actually want to buy.
Yes, don't get me fucking started on him.
No. If you want a quick rundown on my personal opinion of him and that video, if you've seen that video, you know what I'm on about, because we're in the minority, apparently, is two things. One, 20% of that video I actually agree with in terms of his arguments with QC and the fragility of their figures at this point in time. Of course, you take criticisms. Neca are a public entity. They deserve to be criticized. They have the right to be criticized. Do so. Let them have it. Trying to pigeonhole your fan base of Neca and your own channel under one lump and demonize them for buying Neca and enjoying Neca. No, I'm at your fucking neck when you do that shit. okay, which a lot of people seem to gloss over and just expand the argument of the QC. I'm agreeing with your QC issues, but when you try and demonize your fan base, then we've got problems. Because I know why I buy Neca and I enjoy them and I know the problems with them regardless. I don't need to be put in a box. I know why I buy Neca. So, and that's my issue. He had a point, but his delivery on that point was all wrong. And the rest of it was all inflated bullshit just for clout chasing. He just dropped a nuke in the drama that he saw after his one time of buying a figure and decided to monetize it. And that's all it was. That's all it was. He just like, oh, I could get some juicy action and interactivity and views with this. Yeah, let's put out a video. Monetize. Roll in the views and all the arguments in.
The dude doesn't like anything made after 1993.
No, exactly. His first stint into big boy action figures, he has one break on him. All right, cry me a fucking river. Okay, you want?
I get like having a toy break is annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying.
And Neca are renowned for toys breaking. Unfortunately,
their fragility is stupid even now. It's like, I will have sympathy for you when, say, a Mafex breaks, and that's an actual premium priced figure with similar QC issues regarding their wrist pegs. Tom can tell you all about that.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Exactly. And they're rarer and harder to find rather than just a Predator figure off the shelf that's $25. Cry me a fucking river. You've got a problem with their stuff, take it to them. Trying to put me in the box, I'll be at your fucking neck. Which I was in his comment section. Other than that, that's it. You know, that's my problem. But everyone I had an argument with, because obviously he's got his stands and everyone's got complaints about Neca, just decided to gloss over that part and just try and attack me with the quality control issues, which I'd already agreed with. It's hilarious how many people just can't get it. But yeah.
You've either got fans of something or defenders of something. There's no in between where it's like I can see the good and the bad.
No, exactly. He kind of proved the point whilst disparate. It's very strange. What you tried to pigeonhole us with is that we were some sort of frigging toy version of Antifa that wouldn't let him have an opinion, tried to silence him, and yet he paints us in a picture, and then his fans try to do the same. It's very, very strange. It's actually quite funny.
Weird.
It's very
just weird.
Yeah, internet debating is fucking hysterical. I try and avoid it.
Like, it's annoying because the guy I've managed to watch like most of the video, but to be honest, I can't handle I don't watch his normal reviews anyway or anything because he kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wouldn't let him babysit for me. Let's put it that way. But
no.
I watched most of it, and he had points that were like, "That's spot on." Like, Neca figures break easy.
They do.
And listen, like, there's issues with them, but don't pin it on the fans. Yeah, we buy it because, like, I didn't buy the Turtles figures because they were made by Neca. I bought the Turtles figures because they're the Turtles figures. Not because who made them. And yet, so yeah, you can make the argument that we buy them because of the license. But that's like anything.
Exactly my point. Exactly it. We are fans of the franchises and the characters associated with those franchises, and we'll buy the best figure that represents those characters and that franchise. If that happens to be Neca, then it's Neca.
I don't buy Marvel Legends because they're the best figures ever made.
No.
I buy them because that's the franchise that I like to buy.
Yeah.
I don't buy McFarlane because they're the best. I mean, as you know, I've repainted 2 of the fuckers in the last 2 days. I don't buy them because they're the best figures. I buy them because they're the franchise that I like to buy.
Yeah.
And you have to accept. I'm buying the McFarlane ones, accepting the fact that they need work. And I've had my Back to the Future figure. I've shown you the pictures. The Back to the Future figure repainted, like the Marty one, because I don't think the face is particularly good on the
No.
Standard ones. But where else am I going to get Back to the Future figures?
Yeah. What he tries to use as an argument, as a weapon, is kind of like, well, duh.
Yeah.
Whilst at the same time proving that in his own video by drooling over a Neca figure that he first laid eyes on of Predator, admiring its paintwork, admiring its sculpt, and then throwing a hissy fit when it unfortunately breaks. But you want to know why we buy Neca? You just proved our point in your own video, dude. It's they're great.
But you may as well make the argument is like, I know you like oxygen because you breathe. But sometimes if you breathe too hard, you will cough.
We can't have coughing. No, down with the oxygen.
Yeah,
and
that is the whole argument of that video.
Yeah, and that's why most of that video is inflated bullshit just for clicks and views. He knows, and there is no deep meaning thesis behind it. It's just he knows exactly why he aimed at that. I mean, the whole beginning portion was the history of where Neca came from. It's completely irrelevant, nonsense. Only 20% of that video is actually relevant because it touches upon the critiques that the company should have about its quality control. And if you don't like the way they do their business or their practices or their customer service, then fine, take the fight to them, but stick to them. If his whole video was aimed at just them, we'd be on board. We'd be like, yeah, of course, no, we agree. But you had to throw the fans of Neca under the bus and demonize it with that.
As much as that annoyed, the main thing that got on my tits was his repeated thing of this is going to get me banned by Neca. And it's you're saying that because you want to get banned by Neca, because then you can say Neca have banned me for this video.
Yeah, that was bullshit. No, now we follow, just like many of you, the action figure reviewers on YouTube. Not once has anyone come out and said, Neca have false flagged my video and YouTube have pulled it because Neca didn't like the critiques I gave it. That's bullshit.
Let me put it this way. Anthony's Customs gets sent free Neca videos for reviews. Anthony's Customs, the one customizer, the one reviewer that people are like, he is so negative about everything he reviews. And so he's not negative. I mean, he is negative, but only when it demands it. Like, he'll look at something and be like, this is shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you it's shit.
He has hate groups. He has groups dedicated to certain lines of figures and brands that have turned into Anthony Customs hate groups because they don't align with their opinion. Where he's
I left
they want
the US Mayfex group.
Yeah, the Mayfex group.
Cyclops a bad review.
Yeah.
And this guy still gets sent Neca figures to review, even though he's pointed out all the flaws.
Yeah. Their legs get loose, or their accessories are fragile. We know these things. We accept these things.
I got the Slash leather 2-pack, and I haven't had a chance to heat them up yet, but I can't move Slash's arms at all.
No. That was
going to happen because I watched the review. But I still fucking bought it because I want it.
Yeah. Why should we be pigeonholed? Why should we be told, have our reasons for buying Neca filleted in front of us and picked apart and told us we're wrong for giving Neca our money, all because you had one experience with Neca and it broke?
Yeah, that's what this is what I've said. I don't disagree with what he said. I just disagree with how he said it. Exactly
it. The most critical reviewer on YouTube gives Neca some love and he criticized them, and he fucking turns Facebook groups into hate groups on him, and yet Neca love him. Fine, that's their prerogative to do so. He enjoys Neca regardless. That's his prerogative too. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like those who swear by this retro blasting's word. And it's like, yeah, you can agree with him. That little 20% is all you resonated with, and it resonates with us as well. But it's the rest of it that you've just fallen blind to, what he says in that video. The inflated bullshit part, which is all for clicks and views and meant to stir up the entire argument, is the part that they've ignored, and that's what they're arguing on. And and it's just No, look at what he's just done. And now he's moved on and done other things, and that just tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, he's on a Marvel Legends lately, isn't he? Because this is the thing. You look at that and he's like, this fucking video's done well.
Exactly. And now I'm not, anyone wants to get their, you know, their hustle on YouTube, right? You do it however you want, right? I know how it goes down because I see it all the time. Of you see a hot topic and you do a video on it. That way, all the views go to you as well because it's a hot topic. And what he's done is he's had one bad experience with Neca, opened the door, had a look, realised all the drama that goes on within Neca groups. Barely done 5 minutes of research, and been like, I can monetize this. Done a whole video, inflated it with bullshit, and now he's already moved on to the next. He doesn't give a shit. He does not give a shit whatsoever. No one cares whether he buys another Neca figure or not. And that's fine, but I just don't think, I think that's a shitty way of getting growth. That's me personally. But also it's pigeonholing a bunch of his viewers, which they don't really realise they've been pigeonholed, and just demonise half the people that actually enjoy Neca despite their problems. We know they have QC issues. And that's it. We still enjoy their product. And yes, we buy them because they have hot licenses. Duh. That's half the reason why we buy action figures.
That's the only reason I buy action figures. The only reason. Now, I have bought action figures before because it's like, oh, I like that prop, or oh, that could be good for a pig. But generally, the reason I buy action figures is because I like Batman or I like the Turtles.
Yeah.
Or I like Halloween. So I'm going to buy the Neca Halloween because what else is there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like for instance, on the vlog video I did with Pietro when I went and saw him, in the video we went into Dave's Comics and I bought the endoskeleton Terminator, and I said at the end of the video why I bought it, because I loved the McFarlane so much. I ended up getting rid of it. I wanted the Neca version of it because I love the figure and I like the franchise. The Neca version shit. It's terrible. Okay, it has some of the good articulation, but the hands are loose. It doesn't hold his weapon, and it can barely stand up to save its life. It's shit. It's a shame, but it's shit. I still got the figure. I will still display it because it looks good still. But I know it's shit. Now, fortunately for me, despite I know the criticisms, I've only had one Neca figure actually break on me, and that was an old Lost Tribe figure which I got from eBay, and that's when I was curating my Lost Tribe set from Predator 2. It was one of the arms broke. Other than that, I've been very, very fortunate and lucky, but I have come across many a figure that I bought that have had a joint where you put a little bit of pressure on out the box and you're like, oh shit, that feels like it's going to break. And I know enough because with toy photographers, we push their articulations to the limits to heat it up. And it has worked for the most part for me. Now, I know there's a ton that have had half their Neca collection break on them, and I feel bad for you. And that's why I agree with that portion's argument of the video in terms of they should be better at this point. And they, you know, if you feel they're being shitty with their customer service, cool, let them have it. Take the fight to them. No arguments at all. But just don't demonize half the people and pigeonhole them. And that's kind of what grounded me, is that he could have executed that video a lot better than what he did.
Demonize the company for what they're doing, but don't demonize the people that are buying it because they like what they're buying.
Exactly. We're not Neca stands. I
bought Mattel Multiverse because I like the character.
Yeah.
I've got Marvel Legends because I like the character. It's not a good figure. Any Marvel Legends I've got, I cannot put a single Marvel Legends on my shelf and say that is fucking brilliant.
No.
But I've got it because I like the Hulk or I like Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best one I can get for like 20 quid. I'm going to get a better Captain America.
Yeah.
And yeah, it might not break on me, but it's still not good.
No. Exactly.
And that's about all I can say, you know. It's just buy what you love.
Yeah.
And if you've got an issue with what you bought, fair enough. Like, make a point of it. That's the only way that things are going to improve, is if you stand up and say, this is shit.
Yeah.
And it needs sorting out. What you don't say is, this is shit. It needs sorting out. And if you bought it, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, we should not be made to feel guilty for actually continuing to buy their product.
That's the difference.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people just don't seem to get. They just snowball straight into it. Yeah, he's right. I've been, you know what, screw Neca. It's like, you can still buy Neca. You're still going to buy it. Give me a break. And the amount of people that I commented on his video, and I had a big battle. He commented, replied to me, and then I just bodied his entire argument in the next reply. And then a bunch of other people came straight in afterwards and started to defend it. And I was like, no, fair play, I get it, but you're still not addressing the issue that I have, which I made clear in my first, which is why he's demonizing fans. And they're constantly going on about the QC, and it's like, I've already agreed about that. What about this? They're going on about the QC. I was like, no, you're not getting it. And I had the same thing with Simon. I commented on his post. I just decided it got me enough because he shared the video, because he recently had a Back to the Future figure break on him, and I felt for him on that. I do, because I don't want the same thing to happen to mine. And again, that's why I had the portion of the video that I agree with. But then again, it was just kind of like, yeah, you're not getting what he did in the, and I couldn't help myself, and I put my thing in there, and I had a big old back and forth with a couple of people, but yeah, that's it.
You don't buy Neca for toy photography. At the end of the day, like, the turtles are probably the best ones they've done for durability.
Yeah.
But generally, if I buy a Neca figure, it's to put on my shelf because I like that. Like, yeah. I've got the Back to the Future ones. I'm not going to take shots with them. Like, I'm probably not even going to take a lot of them out of the box. But the Marty 89, like, is going on the shelf. I've had the head redone and everything, and that'll be going on my retro shelf. And I'll put it with the backpack and the video camera, and I'll be happy as Larry with that. Because it's exactly what I bought it for. Is that little bit of nostalgia from the 80s.
Exactly. So that's the collector part of us. We're all collectors, no matter what other other pocket of the hobby that you fall into, whether it be toy photographer, customizer, or diorama builder, or you're a member of all three. We're all collectors, and we still love to just buy things to put on the shelf and look at because we love it. Doesn't mean we're going to take pictures of them. So yeah, I agree that Neca putting non-durable, trying to come up with a bogus argument of non-posable. I have no idea if that's actually true. We never actually provided any facts on that. If that's what they're saying, then yeah, they should be challenged on that. Agreed. But have you seen what we can do with Neca figures? They're posable when they don't break.
Yeah.
And luckily none of mine they're posable as hell, and they are photogenic as anything. They are the best looking figure at the best price you will get. They have more articulation than a McFarlane. At least Neca actually gives a damn about articulation. You want to take your fight to Todd, which I see happen all the time, right? And you're getting the best price and the best looking figure, all right? And yet, so you have to heat up the joints. If anyone's a collector as an adult with adult action figures, everyone knows this. We do the same for Marvel Legends, Mafex, Mezco, SHF. Whatever takes your fancy, we have to apply the same thing.
Neca figure. What you've got there isn't made in America. It's made in China, and it's put on a big boat, and it's shipped across a massive ocean, across various weather conditions, to get to whatever store you bought it from. And it's gone from hot to cold, from hot to cold, from hot to cold, all the way over. Just take your time with it. And a lot of it, Neca obviously do use cheaper plastic, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you take a Neca figure out of the package, and you've got more paint detail on it than any other figure. You've got more sculpt detail on it than any other figure. So they could make it more durable. So you're either going to up the price on it, to make it more durable, or you're going to lose a lot of the detail to make it more durable. Like, is that what, like, do you want to pay more for your figures, or do you want a less detailed figure, or do you want something that you can pretty much, let's face it, 90% of the figure collecting community do take it out of the box and put it on a shelf. Or keep it in the box and put it on the shelf. Because most people aren't putting them in massive dynamic poses and doing this, doing that. Like, generally, people are collecting because...
No, exactly. Yeah. And I know me and you fall into the category of toy photography, which means we are going to push the articulation to the limit for posing for toy shots, which are going to be more dynamic than you would pose for a display. Granted, so we are going to experience more breakages, but if that happens, but for just taking out the box and putting it on a shelf in a vanilla stance, just because you love the franchise and you love the character and it's a great representation of what you loved, nostalgia is kicked in and you're happy, who's to say anyone can take that away from you? Oh, because one person had a break.
The market Neca are aiming for.
Fucking who?
Like,
Neca have a pot. That's them. We enjoy them knowing what pocket we're in. So what? Other people will know what they're getting into with Mayfakes and Mezco. We do, because we collect those too. You know, we know the trials and tribulations from the pocket that resides within that brand. Why is collecting them wrong? Why is giving them money a bad thing?
So that was my only argument with the video. No, because everything he said had a very good point. Bar blaming the fans for buying them.
Yeah.
But
we
didn't mean this.
Didn't mean. I know I said at the beginning of this, I'm not going to touch upon this much, but you open those gates and it's going to flood out. And I'm glad, because you got to see our side of the argument, and whether you disagree or agree, that's fine. That's hobby, for Christ's sake. But yeah, he does what he does. We can do what we do, and that's fine. His video will be spread around, but he would have forgotten about it, because I know he's just
he's far more successful than we are. Face it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like fuck it. But yeah. No, let's have a read through some chats before we close it out. Let's have a look. Here we go. So this, well, I'm a big fan of your pictures, man. You really capture some great images. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Really, really, it means a lot that you came onto the stream, and thank you. Maverick 5 UK, love the channel and all the streams you do, Ben. Appreciate you putting all the work into keeping news and creating the channel. That means a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And it's Tom as well. I couldn't do this without him.
Don't worry about
I know I waffle on when I do a customizing live, but no. He he's part of Total Talk just as much as you are as well. And I'm glad that you're all enjoying it, and we'll keep doing it as well. Great. I absolutely love doing this. Yasagi and Ronin 2-pack. Now my nipples are hard.
I've got a semi on now just thinking about that.
Stop it. Stop teasing us, Star Marvel. Those Neca movie turtles are impeccable. Who else even offering that at $25? Exactly. You could just drop the mic with that. Yeah. Here, tell me these people something they don't know about me. 8 Mile all the way. Okay, the arms break, I fix it. And he did in the video. Stop it. I'll end up laughing my arse off. Okay. Yeah, he should have just vented on QC and called it a day. Exactly our point. Exactly. And we would have been on board with him. We would have had 10 times more
if he just split up a QC,
he did the rest for clout chasing.
To get spot.
Exactly. But he didn't. Just to drop a bomb in the drama. The drama that's been going on for years and years and years. He's just new to it. And, oh, let me make some money off of this. Watch them all go nuts, including myself. And, get all that interactivity. Yeah, he said, right, who else gave me McFly figure for $25 at 7-inch scale? Exactly. You know, no one else is doing Back to the Future figures like that, even despite our criticism with them.
No one else is doing Back to the Future figures.
Yeah, I'm still happy to have them. Fuck, we lost our minds. Okay, exactly. Snap Phase, sorry. Hey guys, how you doing, mate? Star Marvel 76. If Neca charged $50, I'd be irritated because of the QC. But they are inexpensive, exactly. Which is why Super 7, apparently, according to Pietro, Super 7's fan base was trying to, you know, was a bit jealous that Retro made a video on Neca and not Super 7 because there's more of an argument there because of a higher price point, and apparently there's a lower quality in terms of, you know, the build of the figure. This is from what I'm hearing. Snap Phase, I've never had a Neca figure break, but I have bought a Mayfix Spidey where the legs broke. We all have our stories. And yet another part of my argument with that is that he just focused on those that were just, you know, agreed with him, rather than looking at the other side, where I've heard tons of people have experience with great Neca customer service, and I've heard people have bad Neca customer service. There is equal sides. There's two stories. Some that have had figures break, like some other people, and some that haven't, like me and you. Instead of, you know, bringing both into the play and, you know, sifting through it and having a good discourse and discussion, he didn't. He went for the route of dropping a bomb and causing some drama. Yeah, my Mayfix Spidey wrist broke. Star Marvel 76, I know Tom can figure out. I am fearful. Actually, I tell you what, you know what's happening with mine? My wrists have become so loose that the hands just fall off of it. They won't even stay on the peg anymore.
Oh,
so I'm trying to pose it.
I've replaced one of them with the Revoltech one.
And that works okay, yeah?
My Revoltech Carnage and use one of the pegs from that because I'm going to use some of the other bits for the Legends one coming out.
Revoltech.
I fucking hate that Revoltech Carnage. I fucking hate
it. That's a hit and miss company right there, especially at that price point. But does that wrist peg work okay?
Yeah, it's spot on.
Bang, there you go.
Does the job, so I'm happy enough with that.
Yeah, and here we go again. Yeah, and that figure is like $85 exactly. That is a premium price figure, not Neca. Okay, obviously I know they're doing 2 packs, which boosts it up, but you're getting 2 figures, so it's still, you know, we've had that.
So at the end of the day, we buy what we love. Don't fucking attack people for buying what they love. Attack the company, but don't attack the buyers.
Exactly.
I'm not buying it because I'm a Neca fanboy. I'm buying it because it's what I want to buy. That's all there is to it.
And that is not ammunition for this dude's argument. He's literally just, I watched that part and I was like, yeah, and why is that a bad thing? So yeah, so I'm still going to give them money, even though I know all exactly what you're saying. There is some truth to it. Because
if someone started demonizing cows, I'd still buy them because I fucking love steak at the end of the day.
And I love drinking milk.
Exactly.
You know, if there was something wrong, then I'd blame the farmer, not the other people that buy cows.
No.
Fucking twat. That Biff is like the best one aesthetically. Agreed. Overall paint job as well. Mass-produced paint job. That's the best paint scheme. But yeah, agreed. Never jump on people that enjoy what they enjoy. Exactly. Don't crucify half your fan base, especially with people that are fizz supporters. And Star Marvel 76, even if you don't enjoy it, exactly, it's still wrong. Even if you agree entirely with what you're saying, it's still wrong to do that. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks very much. And even if there were some that wanted to have a disagreement in the comments, by all means, go for it. You know, that's the whole point, open discourse. But you know, exactly, it's nice to know that we're not alone because it feels like we're in the minority, and that's fine. But it just shows, you know, just don't step on me for wanting to enjoy this hobby despite its misgivings. No one said this hobby is, yeah. Sorry, go on.
Be happy. Buy a huge candy cane.
Fuck it hell.
This is my boy's candy cane. He started it, as you can see at the end there.
Don't, my bumhole just squeezed like to a fucking tight as anything. Don't know why.
It's a big candy cane.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. He's high on sugar. I don't know why I bought it for him.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. Oh shit! That's gonna take one hell. That's gonna be one hell of a come down.
You've got a sugar high 10-year-old, but you know, he's happy.
Exactly. And that again.
He's got PS5 and a massive candy cane. Like at 10 years old, that's all you want in life.
Exactly. Just be happy. We're having a shit year. We're enjoying what we're enjoying. Why is anyone trying to fucking shit all over that? So yeah. So sorry, Retro. Your video's full of shit. Up minus 20%. So yeah, I think I'll wrap it up. I think that's pretty decent. And shout out to those that are still watching. Fair play. Fair play to you
for keeping going.
Yeah. I know we rambled on there for a bit, but
especially through Turtles 2, like that's impressive.
I think we spent longer arguing about that guy's video than we did watching the movie.
That was a short movie. I cannot get over how short that movie was.
That was for sure. So
Turtles 3 is going to be super quick, I hope.
I might timestamp it as to where we stop talking about the movie and go on about the guy's video. But no, I appreciate everyone that's chimed in. I appreciate everyone that's watched along with us. And for those who pick it up and watch it after we've, this uploaded and you watch it at home on your own time, shout out to you as well. And if you made it,
and leave a comment if you want us to watch Turtles 3, because if there's not enough comments, I am not watching it.
You want us to watch Turtles?
That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Or if you'd rather have us just pre-record it just to watch Tom suffer.
Just let us know. Just say, if you want to watch Turtles 3, watch it. And if there's not 15,000 comments, I'm not watching it.
I'll tell you what, I'll do a poll. In my community feed of whether we skip over Turtles 3 or we watch Turtles 3. And, the numbers don't lie, Tom. The numbers don't lie.
I will go with the majority.
Just like my hips. But
I'm happy. I'm democratic. I will go with the majority vote.
As long as you don't mind us trashing the entire movie, apart from the couple of scenes that we do enjoy. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's been great. Thanks again, Tom, for staying up with me this late to gas.
Pleasure.
Nice one, man. Thanks a lot. And thank you all. Tom, let everyone know where they can find you on all of your Instagrams, because you've got a gazillion of them now.
You can find me in places. Toy Art 2, Tom's Dioramas, or the Gundam Shed.
Yeah.
If you want 3 photos of Gundams.
Oh, just to keep count, all 4 are empty.
Oh, you drank more than me.
I know, I'm a bit of an after. I can't even put them down. And yeah, hit me up on Instagram at Project Piper Customs or Facebook if you want to natter a bit more and keep up to date with what I got going on. It may be slow, but there'll be stuff on there. And,
Maverick, keep us posted on this project.
Yes, Maverick.
I'm really enjoying it so far.
If you're watching still, keep us posted on your custom that you got working, because that's looking hot as shit. And yeah, I will put a link to his Instagram as well in the description. Go check out that man's stuff, and shout out to everyone in the chat that's just chimed in. I appreciate every single one of you. You've been fantastic, and thank you again for enjoying this stuff, and it means a lot. And yeah, we'll see who's around next weekend to make it the last stream of the year, and just to wrap everything up and just assess how everything's gone in the year with Turtles, because I think that'll be quite cool. But we'll see who's around. But yeah, that'll be it. But until then, guys, thanks again. Thank you to Tom, and until next time.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, Tom, mate. Thanks a lot.